The ground.
Young Oscar Shaw to Bennett there, Dave Moore.
Oscar Shaw to Bennett, big job for the 17-year-old. Mitch Anderton straight on to Taron Thomas like he did the other week down at Lauderdale. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring you the 2018 Booper TSL Grand Final for City Park Radio as the ball goes down. Lee and Hayden Smith comes out there. There's Nat Franklin. Burrows in. Cox Goodyear for first kick. Inside 50. There's one for you, Dave Gruber. Ball goes left forward pocket. Ponting comes forward. Good kick. Tom Couch. First goal of the game. Misses far side.
Dangerous.
Oh, Tom Couch. There he is up forward, Hilsey. They're going to have to watch him.
We picked it.
Cox Goodyear, centre clearance machine, and got the first one out. So Alex Hill, he's going to take the kick in. North Launceston kicking towards the city end. For those that have just joined us, Hill, outside 50, railway wing side of the ground. Alex Lee in front. Ball comes down. Fella's just bustling in. Taron Thomas there. Ball goes near the boundary line, just in front of Cousins, and it's going to be out of bounds right on the other side of the ground here at UTAS. I must say, David, different looking UTAS surface today.
Yep.
Looks a little bit like my lawn when I just put the lawnmower down too low, and it just takes the greenery off.
When you put the grass killer on it, it's brown.
That's what happens. Hayden Smith up against Lee. Ball comes down. Whitford beaten to it by McManus. Quick kick over the shoulder on the right foot. Comes down, there's Alex Heavey. Takes the mark just inside the boundary on half forward for Lauderdale. So they want to control the footy. They want to get their hands on the footy. That's the best way to beat this North Launceston juggernaut. Inside 50, looking for big Havea. Kick out of bounds near the boundary line. There's Karanaya, tap on by Havea. And he goes as far as Simpson. Gets it out. Hayden Smith up against Lee. Hayden Smith butters up first. McCulloch. And the ball goes on the railway wing. North Launceston one behind. You've gone across 2 minutes here of the 2018 Booper TSL Grand Final, and you're going to be listening to the captain of the commentary team, Mr. Media Street, Dave Moore.
Hayden Smith up against Alex Lee. Lee front position. Smith wins the tap. Free kick picked out. Going North Launceston's way. It's going back to Brad Cox Goodyear. Doesn't get the ball translated back to him very well, but he's 50 metres. His second possession already, Cox Goodyear. He's going to go wide. Down the line here to a contest. Almost a mark there towards Whitford. Good work by Bell Chambers. It's out of bounds. That looks like a match-up, boys. Bell Chambers and Whitford.
Yeah, it's a good one.
70 metres out from North Launceston's goal. The sun-drenched UTAS Stadium. Boundary umpire throws the ball in. Front position, Smith. He does well again. Smacks it away, gets 30 metres up towards Heavey. Dispossessed, Simpson, Mansell, quick kick forward, not effective. Now it is, it's Cox Goodyear's got it. Kicks it along the ground. Here towards Alex Hill now. Bryce Walsh lays a tackle on Pearce. And it'll be a ball up about just outside the 50 metre line. Just now 3 minutes gone. North Launceston one behind. Lauderdale yet to score.
And as they tick over about the 13-minute mark, Dave, I might hand over to you because the Mighty Mare Weeks is running again today. Yep. And I don't care whether it's the grand final. We follow her career.
They should have it on the screen.
They should have it on the screen for everyone to have a look at. They even should stop the game probably just for the Mighty Mare.
Fair.
As there's going to be a secondary ball up. Umpire Nick Butler says, give it to me. This is a good start for Lauderdale. No, it's only 3 minutes. North Launceston haven't scored yet, so that's pretty good.
Yep, holding their own in the contest, which is good early days.
Butler throws it up. Whitford goes second tackle. Not going anywhere at the moment. Lauderdale plenty of numbers around the ground. Here's Ponting. Scrappy handball. Could have been held without. It was Couch. Umpire said play on. McManus. Baker. He's set upon. Just gets the handball away. McManus over the top to Hill. Goes long and strong down to Havea on Burt. Burt and Havea, I'll tell you what, there's some big drivers amongst those two.
Massive.
Donnelly overruns it. Havea, Mosquito. Over the top to Walsh. Here's Havea. He breaks away. Back to Mosquito. Breaks the 50. Over the top. Looking for and finding Gilby. Jacob Gilby, top of the square. Play on goal. Lauderdale 1 goal. The first goal, Jacob Gilby. Up and over the top, and it was quick hands, Mitchell Hills.
A real feature of Lauderdale's final series has been their transition. Their ball movement has been much improved from the regular season, and we saw that on show there. First goal, massive up for Lauderdale.
Sorry, Dave?
Yeah, he's had a big back half of the season, Gilby, hasn't he? Started slowly, but he's been building.
Yeah, he did. Well, he hadn't really done much of a pre-season from all reports, and come here and took a few weeks to get going. He was over country South Australia.
Right.
And, but geez, I'll tell you what, Mosquito, Dave, your favourite.
Electric.
This is what they didn't have last year, was it? That electricity.
That will
in the
avoid
middle
it.
of UTAS Stadium. One straight 6, Lauderdale. North Austin 1 behind 1 point. Good signs early days for Lauderdale as Baker gets in the back of Cox Goodger. And he'll get his third possession here at UTAS Stadium. Now, will he go wide this time? He goes short, looking for Cousins. Dangerous. Now, what have we got here? Looks like he has to go back over the mark. So Cox Goodger will reset a second time.
A few touches early, Cox Goodger.
The short options are gone. So he chips it here looking for Thomas, who cruises up from half forward. Takes a strong mark. Takes out a couple with him. He goes now to Thomas. Pass in towards attacking 50. Bennett's there. Falls to Bell Chambers from the spillage. Out wide now towards Alex Heavey. He takes it on the bounce well. A little chip kick here looking for Walsh, but he's wrestled off it. Mark taken by Jackie Avent. Switches now to Egger. Egger short to Cousins.
No.
Taken out by Karanoya. Karanoya will launch for goal. It's all about the bounce. And it's going to be away to the left. Might not go through. It does now. One behind. 1-1-7 Lauderdale. Lauderdale, North Austin 1 behind 1 point. Been playing 5 3/4 minutes.
Up and about the Southern Bombers.
Northern Bombers a little bit suspect with ball use going inside the corridor there. So
Kick in, Cousins
seeing that.
really close to the line. He bangs it inside the centre square. Here's big TB, Tommy Bennett. First big clunk for the day, Bennett, but it's on half back. Bennett looks railway wing. He's got Ponting on. He's got 5 metres on his opponent in Heavey. He looks up. He's got Couch on. He ignores, goes inboard. Looks for Cox Goodger.
Jesus,
Fifth
racking
touch
them
for the
up.
game. Baker's nowhere near him, Hillsey.
No.
Cox Goodger looks in. Here's Tarrant Thomas, second mark for the day. Left forward pocket on the chest.
Distance, Hillsey.
Good start, Hillsey.
Yeah, he's not an issue of distance, but
Thomas from the 50, low and strong. Tarrant Thomas misses far side. How is it for the confidence for the T-Train?
well, I just think he has the potential to really set this grand final alight. I'd love to see it. He's had a bit of a down period of late, and he's got his hands on it early, which is great for his confidence.
Alex Hill, as Baker comes off the ground. So that match up with Cox Goodger probably hasn't worked. Hill goes far side, railway wing. Kicked it, is that Lee? He kicked it nearly to him last time and Lee dropped the mark. This time he's taken it and Alex Lee takes the mark. Just outside 50. He's going to have a bit of a look at him. Bennett leads, goes short, looking for Ponting. He's on.
Good kick.
Ponting tucked away in the left forward pocket though. A couple of metres in from the boundary. His opponent at the moment is Reece Sutton.
Handball.
Handball on, looking for Mark Walsh. Misses near side Mark Walsh. So, North Launceston are peppering the goals. They're 0-3-3. Lauderdale 1-1-7. First goal, Jacob Gilby. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5, bringing you all the TSL Grand Final action, as we have done since 2013, Dave.
Great year.
Alex Hill with that elbow still bandaged from his dislocation earlier in the year. Short kick comes out now to Bell Chambers. He's still well inside defensive 50. What's their outlet here? They've got Oscar Shaw wide on this side. He's going to go the far side. Going to go to a contest. Alex Lee front position. Can't take the mark. Handball out of Lampsis. Over the top to Boscott. Takes it on the boundary to the mighty Thor. Goes forward. Here looking for Burt. Up against Josh McGuinness. Sorry, Ben McGuinness, number 42. I think that's right, isn't it, Macca? 42. Let me out. Ben McGuinness, of course.
Ben McGuinness, yes.
Out of bounds.
So he started on the interchange bench. Has just been swung forward, so definitely going with that attacking option at the moment, Darren Winter.
Boundary throw in. And front position Smith. Lee does well. Gets it beautifully to Whitford. Short kick down the line looking for Thomas. Third mark.
Great start.
He's taken in front of Anderton. Release handball. Down into the forward line now towards Couch. Front position though. Take it nicely as Josh McGuinness. Ball just fell a little bit short there in the swirling breeze. McGuinness goes short. He finds a teammate there in Franklin who marks at halfback.
Franklin, halfback. Couch stands the marks. Goes back to Josh McGuinness. Through defensive 50, Reece Sutton, fumbly. Lucky he had Franklin on, gave it to him, goes wide, scrubby kick, out in front of Mitch Anderton. They screwed that one up, Mitch Hills.
I was just about to mention, I love the composure of Lauderdale early in this game, but that was a horror transition attempt there by the Lauderdale team.
So, Lauderdale, they lead this contest 1-1-7. North Launceston 0-3-3 behinds. Lee and Smith, they're going to go together all day, those two. Ponting's there again. Front of the pack, Whitford, umpire circling. Says he'll have it and he'll ball it up. So we haven't really seen too much of the Lauderdale forwards. The ball's only been inside 50 once, Dave Gruber, 3 times, but a couple will just narrow. Big job for Donnelly on Lindsay Gilby, on Jacob Gilby. Big Donnelly.
Sauce.
Yeah, the youngster. So they're putting the youngsters up and around the better players. Here's Thor Boscott just floats forward inside 50. Who's going to take him, Mitch?
Thor Boscott. You've got...
So he's just done his on-ball
Connie Young.
Connie Young, who's been a great defender
so
this year.
another youngster.
Well,
Just like to see them win these stoppages, but they don't win this one. It goes to Walsh. Cut off by Josh McGuinness. Can't take it. Burrows in. There does Bannister. Can't get it.
Gone.
Raglioni it was, in fact, for Lauderdale. And it's going to be a free kick in the defensive 50. McGuinness goes across the ground. Anderton, left footer. Here's Josh McGuinness. He's got his brother on Ben. Can't find him, though. Goes out to the wing. Looking for here the Lauderdale player and Oscar Shaw, the youngster. Look for him next year in the Mariners. Goes over the top. Nice kick, Reece Sutton. So this is composure, Hillsy, you want to see.
Yeah,
keep the ball.
It's good.
Keep the ball out of the hands of North Launceston. Over the top, Mosquito can't take it. Down the front, well done, Event. Gives it to McCulloch. Only goes as far back, though. This is Oscar Shaw. Shaw switches on. Mitch Anderton. They're on the far side. In the middle now, McManus ignores him. Goes down the line. Nick Baker drops the mark he should have taken. Puts some pressure on. Here's Wiggins. Up and under kick. Walsh has got to go. The skipper. He does go, but Jackie Avent started the game beautifully across half back.
Avent switches now over here towards Bo Sharman. First touch. Can he get on that trusty left foot? He goes right. Back to his left.
No one on.
So he's got to go to space. It's going to be a foot race here. McManus and Walsh. McManus should get there first and does. Handball now towards Mosquito. Mosquito inboard to Bryce Walsh. Hands in now to Nick Baker. Baker inside 50 for Lauderdale. Oh, should be marked there by Connie Young. And it now ends up being a contest. And looks like it's going to be a ball up in the forward line. Or is there a free kick picked out? It's going to be a free kick picked out here to North Launceston. Short kick out of defence. Looking for Ryan Mansell. It's over the top. Mansell has the run of the ball. He kicks short now. Looking for and finding. No, he doesn't. He goes straight to the hands there of Raglioni. Raglioni takes the ball. He's on half back.
He's a nice size, isn't he, Raglioni?
Yep.
First time I've
Raglioni.
seen him. Left footer. Looks a little bit like Matt McGuinness off that half back line. Of course, McGuinness was dropped for his brother this week. It's battle of the half-backs at the moment because here go North Launceston. Bo Sharman, left foot, looks for Bennett. Shaw's right up his clacker at the moment. Here comes Bennett out of the pack. Handball, Cox Goodger. Quick snap over the top. It's got to bounce right for Cox Goodger. Bounces left to the post. So 4 behinds North Launceston. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber, 7-4. Clearances 5-1 North Launceston's way. So even though the scoreboard signs probably aren't great for Lauderdale at this stage, Hughes, apart from the fact they've kicked the only goal of the game.
Well, they're in front, so I think fantastic. Just stick with it.
Out of wing, ball kicked out. It's going to go over the line. Could have been taken high. Was Karanaya. Bryce Walsh gets up and goes. Burrows in. Taken out. Not quite over there in front of the railway wing. The umpire says that's holding the footy, and it's going to be a free kick to Bryce Walsh. So Bryce Walsh come back in with that ankle. Only played a handful of games this year as the skipper. He won't want to cop a knock. He's got up very ginger. Might have copped one by Taylor Whitford, but he's up and about as the skipper. What are you sneaking around, Dave?
No, just having a look at just a few technical things here, Macca, so just keep on going.
Happy to go?
Yep.
Bryce Walsh didn't do much with the kick. Goes back to McManus. McManus tries to spot up his teammate in Franklin and does by hand to Baker. Over the top to Mosquito. He fumbles it. Here comes big Tommy Donnelly. Goes down the middle. North Lottie away. Sharman to Pearce. Pearce, 45 on the outside to Whitford. Dropped a mark he should have taken. The coach, Karanaya, makes him pay by hands. Over the top, Bell Chambers. Goes back. Here's Raglioni. Short, Baker. They're trying to chip the ball around at the moment, Lauderdale.
Yeah, interesting
Battle
style,
of the
isn't it?
half-back, isn't it? They just can't get this kick right, though, into the half-forward line, and it's out of bounds in front of Mosquito.
I'll take over, Macca.
Thanks, because the mighty mare's away. Winks.
1-1-7 Lauderdale. North Launceston 4 behinds, 4 points. And this is City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. So it's on the far side. Only one goal kick through for nearly 15 minutes. Boundary throw in. Taken, not taken by Havea. Falls now to Bell Chambers. Handball over the top, Mosquito. Mosquito inside 50. It's going to be a mark. And it's taken there by Ed Stanley, the hero of the final a couple of weeks ago here at Utah Stadium, when he kicked 7 against Launceston, ex-Clarence player. And this is a big moment in the game if they can get the second goal of the game into what we think is a bit of a stiff breeze, although it is across the ground a little bit now. I have noticed it has switched a little bit.
And Winks has only won by 8.
5.5.
Yeah,
there we go.
5.5, 6. Ducked in a little bit down the straight, Hillsy.
Yeah, just a touch.
Got the job done, though, the mighty mare.
Ed Stanley, 45 out, directly in front, falls away badly, much to the delight of the...
He's getting feedback from the
Mercury
group down
Cup.
there, the North Launceston crew, which I know all too well, so...
Geez, they used to give it to you,
yeah,
Hillsy.
they don't like me at all.
Hey, 2-time premiership player, Hillsy.
Yeah, got the job done, though.
You got the job done.
Yep.
You mentioned 2013 before.
Yeah.
That was good memories.
16.
And when? 16.
Yeah.
Your little mate Clinton French won the Bulldog medal.
Yeah,
The
feedback.
Pies boys. So it's going to be kicked out. Young goes long outside 50. Ball's travelling a long way today down towards that city end with that breeze. Cox Goodyear there again. Bannister hit off the footy. Here they come again, Lauderdale, but it's out of bounds before the handball was given by Wiggins. So North Launceston 4 behinds. Lauderdale 1-1-7 tight contest. 16 minutes gone. 2018 Booper TSL Grand Final. Brought to you by City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5. Pearce secondary ruck up against Smith. Comes down the front. Lauderdale snap kick in. Jackie Amen. Oh, Mosquito!
That's a great
Little
mark.
Mosquito!
It's Karanoya.
It's Karanoya! The green boots of Karanoya
I'm not
is
sure
running
he's still
back.
with us because that was...
Oh my goodness, it was Karanoya. He ran back into the pack. The little fella, he actually could have been on Winks today. That's how skinny he is, Karanoya.
Yeah, and he really copped that.
Ryan
head on.
Mansell in amongst it, and he's nearly snapped him in half, but Karanoya gets up limping a little bit, but he's taken a mark in front, just in
Gutsy
front of the
stuff.
scoreboard, 2 metres in. What a mark.
That's what we come to see. That is fantastic.
Karanoya.
Needs to make the most of this, though. They should have done better with the last attempt. This one is pivotal.
9 goals for the final series. Henry Karanoya come down for the Northern Territory. What inclusions they've been. Left foot, top of the square. The wind's causing havoc. Front of the pack. Lauderdale snap. Can't get it. That was having the snap there. That was Stanley. And that goes through for a behind. So 1-2-8 Lauderdale. North Launceston 4 behinds. 17.5 minutes gone. 2018 TSL Grand Final.
Just had it verified from Warnie that the wind has actually started to go across the ground. You can see the wind socks now, so it's no longer favouring either end of the ground, really. We might have a lot of play on the far side, which won't be great for us, but
Get the binoculars out.
We got them today, both of us. Kicking out from fullback is Bo Sharman this time. He and Cousins seem to be sharing it. Leans back in a kick here looking for Burton Donnelly, who probably shouldn't have gone for it in the end. He sprawled it away from Burt. Lamps us over the top. Bryce Walsh has it on the boundary. Centres the ball. Ryan Mansell's there. Now there's a whistle on play. Free kick.
In the back.
Oh.
In the marking contest.
This is Mosquito.
This is Timmy Mosquito, indeed.
They're just causing havoc inside 50. There's a bit of perceived pressure there, and geez.
As I look on the live stream, oh, geez, there wasn't much in that.
No.
There
Maybe
wasn't
just
much in that. I don't
hands
think there was.
early,
I don't know,
and
well,
then-
it must have been real early because it
Yeah.
wasn't in the contest.
Mosquito directly in front. Should make it 2 goals for Lauderdale, and he does.
Oh, that's a great
Puts it
start.
through.
Really good start for Lauderdale.
2 goals for Lauderdale. Goals to now Gilby and Mosquito, and they lead 2-2-14 to North Launceston 4 behinds, 4 points.
So we're deep into this first quarter. North Launceston yet to score a goal. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for Lauderdale. So they need to continue on and make the most of these opportunities. Especially the momentum now swung in their favour. They need to kick another one here before quarter time.
Well, we mentioned, didn't we, that in all the games this year they hadn't scored in the first quarter when they played North Launceston, and they played catch-up.
Yep.
Today, it's 10-point lead Lauderdale. 18 minutes gone first quarter. Taron Thomas goes in the middle. He's on Bell Chambers. Gilby's gone into the middle. He's in the middle as well as Jacob Gilby. So they're throwing them around, both coaches. Smith and Lee. Ball goes forward Lauderdale's way. Here's Simpson. Leaves it for Ryan Mansell. Takes a good defensive mark on Karanoya. So big job for Mansell. Couple of early touches. He wheels and goes. Comes commentary side of the ground. Here's Sharman. He started well. The North Launceston half back via Devonport. Here's Cousins. Long kick. Jordan Cousins goes with the breeze, but going back and taking a great mark for Lauderdale in defence.
Raglioni.
Is Raglioni. Started well, the big Rago.
Raglioni.
Sounds like an Italian pasta, doesn't it? Oh, it's a terrible kick. It's gone down, but McCulloch straight, but he drops it. Here's Mitchy Anderton, the Tassie Mariner. That's a terrible kick also, and falls in the hands of Ponting. He plays on. Here's the left foot cannon of Cousins. Top of the square. That wind's definitely changed because that's holding up. And the ball goes out of bounds left side again.
Raking left boot, Cousins, doesn't he?
Well, they're looking to give it to him. That's 3 times they've given it to him today, Cousins.
Inside 50, Silsey?
Inside 50s, 8-7 in North Launceston favour. So it's
that
even.
Was evened up in the last bit of this quarter. Boundary throw in, left forward pocket. Hill over the top. McCulloch down the front. Whitford. Here's Anderton, needs to take it cleanly, does it. Player took him, and the umpire said you can have a free kick. Mitchell Anderton, there's a few afters.
Umpire wasn't watching.
There's a couple little afters. Robbie McManus is in there. Ben Simpson, the youngster.
Good to see that. Wait around Ben
Tom
Simpson.
Couch. So here's Anderton.
Made a good start, Anderton.
Yeah, had a unfortunate injury, didn't he, after he got selected in the Allies, PCL. Yeah. He's been just working back, but he started the game well as Mitch Anderton. Franklin on the half-forward line. Here's Thomas spinning out of the pack. Clever hands. Over the top. Here is Mark Walsh. Oh, he's beset upon by the big Hader Smith.
Got one
and
high.
He was set high. And it's going to be a Mark Walsh free kick. Nick Butler says, go away, boys. I've paid the free kick. It's against Big Hayden Smith. It's going to be a free kick. Half-forward flank, about 70 metres from North Launceston's goal. They trail by 10 points. 21 minutes ticked over. Walsh. Clever kick goes short. Finds his teammate over there and tucked away.
Bo Sharman.
Big Bo on the left. So the former Devonport player, he goes short and finds Cox Goodger. So they're just chipping it around. Lauderdale had all their defensive structures in place, and Cox Goodger on that raking left foot, he's going to have a crack as well. Dave,
I think he's kicking directly into the breeze here, Macca. I think you'll find now it's right across the ground.
If anyone can kick
he's a
that
grand
guy.
final specialist. He's Bradley Cox Goodger. He lays back. The umpire doesn't move. Is it going to get there? Tap through. The umpire wants to see.
Body language is a goal.
I think it's got there. There's no goal review. Lauderdale aren't going to like this because the umpire's going to pay it a goal. Boundary umpires coming across.
Jeez.
It's going to be a conference.
Bradley Cox Goodger, he kicked 15 goals in all these grand finals for North Lonnie. And there's the first goal for today. That goes to Bradley Cox Goodger. The first goal for North Launceston, that is. They're 1-4-10. Lauderdale 2-2-14. As I said, he was in all those grand finals. He kicked 15. That's his 16th goal in grand finals. Of course, 8 last year.
Not a bad
He's still
return.
averaging 2.5 a game on the other games.
Not a bad return.
Well done, Bradley Cox Goodger. First goal.
I was going to mention, boys, that psychological edge would be keeping the reigning premiers goalless in the first quarter, going into quarter time, but that one has been thrown out.
Yeah, they've had, obviously, they had a lion's share of inside 50s there, so they haven't really converted their chances, North Launceston. Lauderdale also look dangerous. We've got an even grand final on our hands as Lee and Smith go at it. Smith, beautiful tap to Franklin, back to Smith, now to Baker. Great clearance here into Gilby, who takes the mark. About 30 out, slightly right of centre, and that was fantastic work. One of the most improved players in the league is Hayden Smith, and he combined beautifully there with Franklin.
He's one of your men, isn't he, Dave?
No, I think
Hayden Smith.
He's come a long way in, since he was in the Storm days, of course.
He was serviceable.
But he's certainly had a great season.
I tell you what, Jacob Gilby there, I don't know what Donnelly was doing. He lost all contact with him out of that out of that centre clear stoppage, and Gilby was able to take a mark on his chest.
Jacob Gilby in a purple patch of form in the TSL. Can he convert his second? Goes towards goal, and the North crowd like it, which means it's missed. 2-3-15 Lauderdale. North Launceston 1-4-10. Thanks to our sponsors, Telstra Stores, Andrew Doyle, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Here's Matthew McGee as Cousins kicks it out of bounds on the full.
Oh dear. Overkicked that one. You mentioned his raking left foot. He tried to boot that to the other end of the ground and turn the ball over. Resultant free kick's going to go to Ben McGuinness. So tucked away just in front of the Carlton draft stand here. Ben McGuinness sets it up to the top of the square looking for flyers. Who's there? Gilby, front of the pack, Mosquito. Clever tap. Robbie McManus out of bounds off hands. Left forward pocket. So
how skillful is Mosquito there, Macca? That tap
nice little tap on. Another one of your boys, Foz.
I think they've just brought they've brought a good element to the league, just that sense of excitement.
Definitely. I hope they bring a few more and come next year.
I think they've enjoyed their time down there, even though it's been cold.
They'll head back to the Northern Territory and join in the NT State League when they go back. Alex Lee, defensive tap down. Simpson, fumbles. Karanaya, but set upon. Here's Mosquito, Boss Scott as well. Ball goes up and under. Top of the square, can't be seen. There is Michael Tang. Comes down the front of the pack. Lauderdale snap. Is that Wiggins? Sutton it was. Ponting, top of the square. Tackled is the Lauderdale player. Can't get rid of it. That was Reece Sutton who snapped it back in top of the square, and it's going to be another ball up. So they're putting the pressure on Lauderdale, not letting the ball out. Repeat entries. Thor Boscott circles. He's dangerous here is the mighty Thor. Karanaya out of the pack. Oh, it was a goalkeeping effort there by Burt. He's handballed back, put pressure on his teammate, Michael Tang. Goes back to Mansell. That's just a forward punt. And he goes as far as Bell Chambers. All he has to do is hit a target. They're lining up. But all he does is kick it as far as Cousins from half back. Cousins goes long and wide, looking for Bannister. Was set upon by his Lauderdale opponent there in Raglione. Comes out over the back. Raglione now left foot. They just can't hit a target inside 50 as Zach Burt sees it bounce off. Clever work. Gilby could have had it without it. And Burt butters up again. Goes down the line. Alex Hill. Ben McGuinness. Oh, good mark in front there for North Launceston was Carlton Wadley. Gives it to Cousins. Inside 50 there on Bo Sharman. All he has to do is mark it on the chest. And he does in front of Baker.
Cousins, despite that error, is having a lot of it.
Bo Sharman, left foot from outside 50, pulled it. It's gone out of bounds.
There. He's looked to pass, but then a shot was off.
It's gone out of bounds. Going to be taken in the back pocket by the Lauderdale player in Wiggins.
Wiggins relieves for the Southern Bombers. Nice kick outside 50. Connor Young, he's drifted up the ground and taken a good mark.
They've got to stop kicking it to North Launceston to Lauderdale, Mitch.
Yeah, this last 5 minute patch has been really good for North intercept mark wise.
Connor Young. Oh, it's going to be a holding free kick here. It's going to go to North Launceston. Tom Couch. Right in the goal square.
Panic stations there, I think.
Defending player is Wiggins. He plays on Couch. He kicks the goal, and all of a sudden North Launceston are in front. 2-4-16. Leading Lauderdale 2-3-15. And the umpire was in a great position, I must say. He was right adjacent to the contest. Macca's having a bit of a replay here, but it was one of those ones. He was shifted out of the contest. What do you think, Hilsey?
Yeah, look, I'm a bit worried here. I feel like North have really switched into gear, and a couple of dangerous matchups forward of centre. Couch down there, it was a 1v1 coming in deep, and I think that's going to happen all day, win that one or get the resulting free. So Lauderdale need a steady here, and I need a steadier or need to win this contest.
Havaya goes into the ruck against Lee. Not a great bounce. The ball goes outside the circle. The umpire says play on. Goes to the wing. In front of Sutton. Snaps it over the top. Here's Karanaya. Pressure on. Well done, the half-back line, Cox Goodger. As you said, Ilsey, I think they've clicked into gear to the Premiership Superstars. Here's Havaya. Snaps it over the shoulder. Comes down looking for Sutton. Well done, North Lonnie half-back. Comes over again. Can't find Wadley. Back door. Alex Lee off one step. Looking long. Can't find his teammate there in Wadley. Carlton Wadley. He's done well to keep his spot in this side. Wadley made them select him, Wadley. He's had a few good weeks in these last couple of rounds and finals. So it's going to be a ball up. Half forward flank. Havaya up and down to Pearce via Cox Goodger.
Free
kick. The umpire says it's going to go back to Cox Goodger about 60 metres out from goal.
Oh. He's going to have a crack because the siren's gone here at Utah Stadium.
He's going to send it.
North Lonnie lead by a point. Drop punt, or what's he going to do? Player's drifted off the mark, so he takes another 5 metres. He goes the torp. That was unbelievable.
You can't go in front of the mark, though, because it would have been play on.
Can you go to the mark? He probably went to the mark.
Yeah, you can't go over it, because otherwise it'd be play on. And
Warnie on the line now. Warnie, talk to us. What's been happening down there?
Yeah, g'day guys. Just been with North Launceston and just some messages around each of the line meetings. Was about them being a bit more patient than what they have been. Also, just that work rate of making sure they can get out and link up and do the right things there for each other. Very much a bit of strategy. Talk about keeping it well out of those pockets, as we saw when they're going towards the city end of the ground. That wind is going across the ground. It's much better out in the middle of the ground than what it is actually to the sidelines. So that's an interesting sort of factor here as well. Now, Booney was with the Lauderdale huddle. What did you get out of there?
Yeah, well, Darren Winters said he thought that was okay. He was reasonably happy with it. He wasn't trying to pump them up too much, but he said a couple of things they have to look for as they went into the middle under pressure a little bit too much when they should have gone to the boundary. But he wants them to be really conscious of attacking the goals. He felt they had opportunities where they could have been more dangerous, gone in more directly attacked, and he wants them to do that in this quarter.
Really interesting so far here at ground level. So the breeze is definitely going well across the ground, and where we're standing sort of right next to the interchange benches, we're feeling that come right through, but definitely isn't as much of a difference when you're out in the middle of the ground.
Thanks, Warnie. Thanks, Booney. Terrific effort there as the ball is raised aloft. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio, 103.7 and 96.5. It's North Launceston by a point.
Second quarter, Lauderdale right in this game. Looks like Baker's gone back to Cox Goodger in the centre of the ground. This time last year, Lauderdale were only a couple of goals down at quarter time. So I reckon last year we said they were right in the game too, Dave Moore. And then in the second quarter, it was 10 goals North Launceston to 2.
It erupted, didn't it?
It erupted in the second quarter.
Taryn kicked 2 in a minute, if I remember.
Let's just wait and see how Lauderdale cope today with this next 30 minutes of footy. If they're in the game at half time, anything is possible for the Southern Bombers. Alex Lee, Hayden Smith, nice tap down in front of Whitford, who takes it out of mid-air. Goes back to Cousins. There's Boscott. Firing in. Connor Young, bit of a panic handball. Over the top, Baker. Here's McManus, the speedster. Got to take it clean. He doesn't. Cousins puts the heat on him. Perceived pressure, Baker. Well done. Karanaya takes Mansell front on. Umpire said play on. Said you ducked into it, Ryan.
Jeez.
I reckon that was a bit harsh.
Yeah, not ideal. He's got to protect the player with his head over the ball.
Yeah, Ryan's not happy, letting the umpire, Nick Butler, know all about it. Current St Patrick student, former St Patrick student. The green and gold, there's something in common for you, Dave. Franklin could have been taken without it. Walsh giving it a couple of afters, kicks it in left foot. They're flying in the packs here of the players. They're going everywhere. Avent leaves Tutai Havea. Gilby coming out the back. Boscott didn't see much of him. That's got to be high too, umpire. Umpire said you've gone on the footy. Free kick against Thor Boscott's going to go to Donnelly.
That was definitely...
They just don't want to see him duck their head, do they? But jeepers, you've got to put the head down and pick the ball up.
If you didn't pay that one, you couldn't pay that one. If that's
that's true.
Consistent, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's hope there's no injuries come out of today. Big Sauce Donnelly takes the ball on half back.
Donnelly worked his way back into this side last few weeks. Up the wing. Thomas, fourth mark.
Lovely.
Against Anderton.
Started well.
He turns. He kicks nicely, although no, he doesn't. He turns it over. Mark taken half back by Franklin. He sums up his options. Nat Franklin. He's asked now to play on. Twirls the ball in his hand. Kicks high. To a contest, Sutton and Whitford. Over the back, here's Karanoya and Whitford now. Karanoya wins it. Whitford tackles hard. How does the umpire see this? And umpire Nick Butler says, it's a fair contest. I'll ball it up. Sunshine still here at UTAS Stadium. It was very wet in the Mercury Cup earlier. Nick Butler with the ball. He puts it aloft. Smith and Lee. Lee gets it to Cox Goodger. Good ruck work there. Cox Goodger has some space. Kicks up towards half forward. Ponting knocked away from him. Taken by Wiggins. Dispossessed. Ponting picks up again. Cox Goodger don't argue to Ponting. Now finds Thomas. Another kick. Little chip kick round the corner, but he coughs it up again. And Oscar Shaw takes the mark. Shaw switches play. Over here looking for and finding McManus. Egger, a bit of attention. No 50. Handball away now. Kick out of defence by Ben McGuinness, and it's out of play.
Mansell with a couple of it.
It's a Mansell favourite, that.
Free kick against Mansell. It's going to go to Heavey.
He gets a bit carried away at times. He likes that physical stuff.
Really hard to see those Lauderdale numbers sometimes, Dave, with the white on the back of the grey. So Heavey, Mansell just got carried away a little bit there. So Heavey, half-back flank. Kicks the ball back in. Not really much tall there. Pushed off the ball easily was Karanaya by Avent, and Avent takes the mark. Just too strong in the contest.
Avent's been terrific early.
Spots up Ponting. He's had plenty of it too. My pick for the Bulldog medal. We'll just keep calling him. Whitford pushed under the footy. Umpire said play on. Whitford looks for the free kick. McManus had him as he led for the footy. So it's a real arm wrestle. North Launceston by a point. 3.5 minutes gone second quarter. You're listening to City Park Radio. 103.7, 96.5. Boundary throw in front of the North Launceston interchange box. Ponting, clever, over the top. Simpson, the youngster, the 17-year-old, son of Marcus Simpson, the TSL The old TSL Premiership player is going to go back to Simpson as the umpire
Right
said
tackle.
there was something after you got rid of it. So Marcus Simpson. Marcus Simpson. Oh, he's gone again, Hayden Smith.
So he's given away the free kick.
Hayden Smith is given away the free kick twice in a row downfield.
Connor Young, be careful.
And it's going to be a free kick, top of the goal square to Tom Couch. He's going to take the kick 20 metres out. Directly in front.
Deja vu of last year there.
The umpire's going to report Hayden Smith. I don't think it was reportable, was it? But
No.
he's going to be
definitely not.
reported, Hayden Smith. It was just an unnecessary bump, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
It was a bump. It was a little bit late after he kicked it. But
Thor Boscott trash talking Taron Thomas over there as well. They're
Bart
bumping
McCulloch's
into each
got it,
other.
boys.
Oh, Bart McCulloch's been given it. So
Yep.
Tom Couch tried to take it.
Big Bambi, this is huge for him. A confidence builder for Bambi McCulloch. He needs this. He's pacing it out.
Big Bartholomew.
Has the potential to miss it.
I'll back him in, Hilsey.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Here we go. The umpire's still waiting here. So now the umpire gives the signal, all set. McCulloch, as a result, and down the field, free kick against Hayden Smith, and looked as though he'd gone in the book, the big ruckman. Bartholomew, straight over the goal umpire's head. Gives you that one, Mitch Hills, he says.
Straight
There's
as an
one, the
arrow.
big Bartholomew. And North Launceston 3-4-22, lead Lauderdale 2-3-15.
Hayden Smith started the game, really quite well. Rucking on his lonesome
really
today.
good.
Stuff like that's just not required. It's just it's throwing his weight around at the wrong times.
Ben Simpson still Mariners' age next year?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
sure
Yeah,
is.
grade 12 at Scotch next year will be.
Yep. So, of course, he played last year as a year 10.
Definitely, yeah. He's a
Grand
stocky
final.
little player, Hilsey, but geez, he's clever with the footy.
Yep, hard nut.
Extractor normally sits at the back of the packs and just give him the footy and he just goes.
In the middle, Nick Baker in the centre there for Lauderdale and Gilby. So the bounce down's a good one. Beautiful work from Lee to Ponting. That's elite. Lee gets it nicely to Thomas. 5 marks. Not that I'm counting. And Taron Thomas inside the centre square.
Dave Gruber on Taron watch.
No, he's not. As it's inside 50. Bennett, front position, over towards Couch. Chance here for Tom Couch. He paddles it backwards towards Bennett. They dive in. How does
Below
the
the
umpire
knees.
see that? Yep, below the knees. In fact, it was Whitford. It goes to Bell Chambers in the back
Jeez.
pocket.
The radio commentators last night was seething on that below
and
the knees free
Fair
kick.
enough too.
We had a few in the Mercury Cup earlier as it's outside defensive 50 now for Lauderdale. Over the back, Tang, quiet so far. Yeah, his handball smothered by Walsh.
Dropped it.
Turnover, Sutton, back to Walsh. Walsh off a step now. Here looking for Tutai, shoves Burt out of the way legally, says the umpire.
Jeez.
So here comes Tutai again.
Oh.
Havea, he's got it. Handball, it's a good one. McManus, inside 50 for Lauderdale. Mosquito has the mark and he'll line up about 20 out.
Oh, run me
On an
through the
angle.
Havea side step over on the far wing. Rugby style back inside.
Yeah, it was a lovely
Heritage.
sidestep, but
What?
he did give a massive shove in the contest.
Yeah.
Of just let play on.
Yeah.
Interesting calls early here.
Now Timmy Mosquito, he kicked one in the first quarter at the 18-minute mark. He's about to make it 2, you'd think. Not far out. Mosquito, umpire likes it. Second goal, Timmy Mosquito. 3-3-21 Lauderdale. 3-4-22 North Launceston. And we've got a contest on our hands here.
Definite contest. And they got him over the back again, haven't they? Lauderdale over the back of the North Launceston defenders. They are a young defensive unit when you look down there, Hilsey. Jack
Yes.
Avents, they got Burt and Avent, I know, but you've got Connor Young, you've got Donnelly, you've got
Egger.
Tang, you've got Egger, who hasn't played a lot of footy as Tang. So very young defence. Do they need to throw someone back just to settle things down? We'll wait to see what Whitford comes up with. Ball up, centre of the ground, Lee and Smith comes down to Ponting, back to Smith for Lauderdale. Here's Sutton, been good. Left foot, Bryce Walsh been handy as well, Dave.
Yep.
Walsh, left-hand handball. Over the top, back to Sutton, left foot. Here's Ben McGuinness, out in front of Ben McGuinness on Donnelly, his Mariners teammate. Donnelly comes back by hand, finds Sharman, silky left foot, finds another silky left footer in Cox Goodger. Just holds the play up to Cox Goodger. They're just trying to take the sting out of the game at the moment. North Launceston. Here's Cox Goodger, raking left foot kick in the direction of Bennett. It's only taken 1 mark so far as Bennett. Mitchie Anderton punches it on. He's got the job now on Couch by the looks, Hilsey.
Yeah, well.
Anderton pushed in the back. Umpire said play on. Out of bounds, close to the shore, but it's inboard. Over the top. Well done, Baker by hands. There's his strength. Lauderdale on the way. Here's Havea getting away from him. Oh, he drops the mark he should have taken. Zach Burt repels, goes back up to where it come from. Here's Cox Goodger, and they're taking the mark for North Launceston was Bannister.
Bannister short now towards Wadley. Fair way out from goal. Not many in the attacking 50, so he goes back here looking for a contest. Taron Thomas and Anderton. Anderton almost wins it. Thomas in a wrestle now with him. Out to Walsh on hands and knees. Getting out towards Bennett, who kicks it off the ground. Tom Bennett. There's a pursuit on. Bennett will get a second time. He tries to get the angled shot. Can't do off the ground. Lauderdale defence working overtime. Oscar Shaw gets a little kick away beautifully. Player offloaded there is Lauderdale players. He kicks up the wing. Mosquito takes a mark in the contest.
He's pretty clever at the moment, Mosquito.
He is this way, that away. Round the man on the mark. Little chip kick. Not a good one though. Connie Young, but Gilby came in from the side and got it.
Heavy on the outside if he sees him.
Two-tie inside 50 as well. Jacob Gilby now has to play on.
Two-tie
Havea in Burt this time. It's two-tie.
Drivers.
Hillsy picked it. That's a good battle, that one.
He makes Zach Burt look like he's a little 14-year-old kid as the size of Havea.
We are about 200 metres away and he's looking thick, those drivers.
Top mark there from Havea. Now he's on a stiff angle. Stiff angle here.
Should have marked the last one inside 50, so he owes the team one here.
It's just push out clunk, isn't it?
He's
really
about
good. Really
45
good.
out, 10 metres in from the boundary, right-hand side of UTAS Stadium. This will put the Lauderdale Bombers in front, and will tie it up if he misses. In he comes, deliberate approach. Not bad, off to the right, one behind. Scores are indeed level here at UTAS Stadium, and we're across 10.5 minutes, 3-4, 22 apiece. For City Park Radio Sport, here's Matthew McGee.
Yeah, really interesting contest. Lauderdale taking it right up to North Launceston. North Launceston 16-2 in the regular season. Lauderdale 10-8.
Oh.
Big Bartholomew sticks him up and takes the kick out.
Big boy Barterboy.
Beautiful handball, but Avent can't take it. Set upon by Stanley. He's got to be holding the footy. Umpire says no.
Love that from
he
Big
was lucky, Jake Avent.
Oh, just good to watch Big Bart fly and take big marks like that. Love it.
Don't see it very often. Hayden Smith, Alex Lee up, Smith down. He's Ponting. Right foot out in front of Bennett. Might be labouring a little bit, Tommy Bennett. Oscar Shaw's doing a good job, the 17-year-old.
Hillsy Bennett and Bart are starting to have to come up to get their kicks here.
Yeah, which is a worry. You know, it means that Lauderdale are getting the ball, in their forward half a little bit more than they were earlier. You really need one of them deeper for a target. Love Oscar Shaw's work early.
Bryce Walsh down getting some strapping on the boundary of a knee. As the ball comes to the front here of the contest, Walsh has got it. Had his head down already. How does the umpire see that? Too high. So Mark Walsh, 70 metres out from goal. As Bryce Walsh comes off the table. In fact, looks like he's got a thigh strapped. I wonder if he's got some sort of corky or something. We'll keep an eye on that one as Walsh goes inside 50. Couch. Tough contest. There's Josh McGuinness. Fumbles. Crucial moment. Tackled by Bannister. Bannister's got it now from the boundary. Inside out kick. Dakota Bannister. Nearly a massive goal, that one. He's missed those just slightly to the left. 3-5-23 North Launceston. Lauderdale 3-4-22. Alex Hill has the ball. As I mentioned earlier, he had that terrible mid-season injury with the dislocated elbow, but he's got back into the side. Versatile player Alex Hill, played mainly down back this year, more forward last year. He goes outside defensive 50. Big spoil Havea. At the fall there, fumbled by Stanley. Here's Jake Pearce, kicks quickly, directionless. Baker drops a mark he should have taken. Has the recovery. Little handball backwards. Baker in tight again, getting a bit of it. He gets a second possession in a couple of seconds. Out to Josh McGuinness. Josh McGuinness now. Kicks along the wing. Mark not taken there by Gilby. Has the recovery. Has the supporting side from Heavey. Heavey inside 50. Kerenoi slips over and allows Mansell to take the easy mark in defensive 50.
Ryan Mansell, orange boots, defensive 50. Oh, he tries to hit Egger up. Egger does well, the youngster. Made Ryan Mansell's kick look better than it was. He's beset upon, though, is Jordan Cousins. Holding the footy, they play on advantage, but it wasn't there, and the umpire says, come back, and it's going to come back to Sutton.
Don't know if you boys have noticed it all, but a lot of players losing their footing going to ground. I don't know if there's an issue with this WA-style ground, but it's an issue.
It's also slippery from the morning's rain, no doubt.
Oh, no doubt, but she's been pretty nice for a while. So.
Reece Sutton just kicked that out to the left, and the umpire's going to bring him back because he didn't go across the mark. Yeah, an interesting-looking UTAS stadium.
Jacob Gilby has been really influential early in this game.
Former Gold Coast son. You don't make it in the AFL or even get to go to the AFL, Hilsey, if you can't play, and he can
played
play.
6 games.
He was a 17-year-old who went up there in one of the original intakes to Jacob Gilby.
Karanoya coming off, boys, with a limp.
Injured ankle by the looks. Boss got forward. Tarrant Thomas doing some work down back now. Off the pack. Good goal. Touched.
Touched off the boot.
Touched off the boot. Coming through there.
Corey Lampsis.
And he's nearly kicked a miraculous goal. His cousin's been untidy with the footy. Speaking of, there's the coach being untidy in Whitford. Franklin hits up Gilby on the turnover. Oh, I don't want to say it, but are North Launceston rattled?
At the moment, you feel like they are.
Whew. Their outside work out of D50. Cousins and then Whitford.
Messy.
So, Gilby going to take the resultant kick.
Connor Young here, limping,
struggling. Yep. The young defender. Gilby starts at left, stays left the whole way. Goes through for a behind. Lauderdale peppering, 3-6-24. North Launceston, 3-5-23. 14, nearly 15 minutes gone, second quarter. You listen to City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5. Dave Grubers.
Stats for us there, Hilsey.
Inside 56 to North, Lauderdale 5, so still in front in that regard.
Here's a chance now for Bart McCulloch. Bennett in there fighting. Thomas, quick kick forward. Might to the advantage of Couch. Kick off the ground here towards Oscar Shaw. Cox-Goodger bustling on ahead. Oscar Shaw again, he gets tackled. Does he release? No prior. There'll be a ball up the attacking side of the wing for the Northern Bombers. They try by a point. There's only been a goal apiece this quarter. It was 2-4 to 2-3 at quarter time. So it is a tight contest.
Connor Young really struggling with his left hip. I reckon it's a corky.
As Bannister kicks inside 50. Knocked away from Couch. Falls now to Ben McGuinness. Handball not great. Here towards Oscar Shaw. Has to do some repair work. He gets tackled. He took on the tackler. He just had that moment where he could have got rid of it, then took on the tackler, and then he was gone. So the tacklers were Sharman and Walsh will get the free kick. Yep, you're right there, Macca. He's hobbling along the boundary line. Karanoya's off with a bit of a knock as well, and Bryce Walsh has had his thigh strap. So there's a little bit of an injury toll. Connor Young trying to sort of run it off. He's a pivotal part of that defence. He doesn't get a lot of possessions, but he's a real match-up for the tall forwards of Lauderdale. Here comes Mark Walsh. He's about 40 out, just in from the boundary. Kicks for goal. It's across the face. It might sneak in for a behind. It does. So scores are all level again. 3-6-24 apiece here at UTAS Stadium. We've been playing 16 and a half minutes.
Hilsey, tell me the difference between an on-field coach and an off-field coach. So Taylor Whitford out there, obviously puts all his faith in his assistants. Darren Winner sits back, gets a better look at the play. Well, there's a turnover. We'll go back to you. Mosquito turned the ball over off the kick, but it's Alex Hill now repelling. Defensive 50. Think about that one, Hilsey. Next ball up, we'll have a chat.
Got an easy answer for you, mate.
Beautiful. Here it comes. Walsh over the top.
Walsh
called for a throw, Walsh.
Oh, yep.
Free kick's going to go to Simpson, North Launceston. Simpson looks for Couch. Bennett runs under the footy. Don't see that much from the big TB. Comes over the top. Ben McGuinness. He's going to be beset upon from behind. Just gets the footy away. Here's Mosquito. The umpire said what? Free kick against Mark Walsh.
Could have been the other way.
No. Why isn't it down? If it was downfield, no. On the kick, Josh McGuinness gets the handball from his brother, comes down the line and finds Heavey, who Ryan Mansell's giving him a couple of afters again. Nearly a repeat of what happened before, but this time Heavey takes the mark. Goes backwards to Hill. So they're back inside their defensive 50 now, Lauderdale. Scores a level, 18 minutes gone, second quarter, 2018 TSL Grand Final. Josh McGuinness in the centre of the defensive 50 for Lauderdale. They switch the play. He goes wide over the other side of the ground. That's my old mate Raglioni. Yeah, Raglioni. Goes down the line. McManus over the top. Egger, good mark. North Launceston.
Sharon Egger marks on the far side of UTAS Stadium. Scores a level. It's a pretty epic contest here. Very close at the moment. Big contest there, involving Oscar Shaw. Sharman, nice kick inside, attacking 50. McCulloch nearly takes a mark. Here's Couch. Opportunist snap at goal. He's offline.
You had Mark Walsh all alone at the top of the square and missed him.
It's hard to come back and play after so many weeks as good as you are.
Yeah.
Need that touch for the game.
To fit into the structures of the team as well.
He's close to the line again, Josh McGuinness.
3-7-25 to 3-6-24. Northern Bombers back in front by a point. Ponting, little handball. Kick up to attacking 50. Thomas has to run the wrong way. He runs into Raglioni and gives away the free kick. Nick Raglioni,
Front on.
ex-Clarence player, will take the free kick and relieve from half-back for the Southern Bombers.
Raglioni got the free kick from Taron Thomas. Left foot down the line. Hayden Smith doesn't really jump at the foot. He just puts the big arms up. Well taken off the pack here. Lauderdale looking forward. Can't take it is Wiggins. So he looks as though he's moved forward here for the last bit of the second quarter. Hilsey, Ryan Wiggins.
Too tight.
Avea tried to step back inside like he did before. Didn't get away with it this time. The ball goes out of bounds. I tell you what, Thor Boscott hasn't had much of the footy, boys.
Haven't called him much, nor Wiggins.
He's been around there. Wiggins has gone forward, I think. He's definitely either just floated forward in this passage of play, or they've made a move, and they have. He's going to go deep forward. He is suffering at the moment, Ryan Wiggins.
And Walsh is definitely sort of labouring and spending more time forward as well.
Yeah, so could be a battle of the fitness here in this TSL Grand Final.
Conor Young still off the ground, boys, and he's got that thigh heavily strapped, so he might have a corky situation as well.
As is Karanaya. He's still rolling the legs across on the bike. So
we've got enough fit players out there.
Boys on the boundary. Booney and Warney will keep us up to date, I'm sure.
Come on, Booney, lift.
Oh, taken without the footy was McManus. Umpire said play on. Bit of an Academy Award. Here's my boy Ponting. Josh Ponting.
Karanaya knocked to the shin, apparently.
Okay. Get back on then, Karanaya. That's all it is. Mark Walsh.
Exactly.
Toe taps the ball on, only goes as far as Hill. Bell Chambers links up with Anderton. Back to Bell Chambers. This is better play, Lauderdale. But here's that kick. It's still another turnover. This one works well. Looks for Boscott. Can't find him. Big Donnelly comes through, leading his opponent to the footy in Wiggins. He's beset upon Big Sauce. Tang.
Should have been
Mansell. The crowd aren't happy. The Lauderdale crowd, that is, and it goes as far as Baker in the centre of the ground. Play on, the umpire says. Comes down to Franklin and Walsh. Franklin takes it, plays on. He's got him here in the forward pocket. Looks up.
Stanley.
Ed Stanley.
Ed Stanley, the goal kicker. So Ed Stanley, forward pocket over the back.
Back himself in.
Jeez, it was just pressure, wasn't it? Pressure. Lauderdale. And Wiggins is definitely labouring with that ankle. We saw him here a couple of weeks ago. Really bad strain of the ankle.
Bryce Walsh off again.
They're all coming off cooked, aren't they? Look at Alex Hill and Nat Franklin and
searching for half time.
Alex Heavey even. Now, Alex Heavey is an endurance king, and he's coming off absolutely stuffed. So the play's going up and down. Not much clean footy. So it's just turnover central at the moment. Stanley misses near side. They're doing it by singles at the moment, Lauderdale. 3-7-25. North Launceston, the exact same score. 3-7-25. 22 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Very tight arm wrestle here for momentum.
Bo Sharman with the kick in.
Sharman looks to the near side here for Mansell, who takes a mark under pressure now. That'll be 50, I think you'll find, against Gilby. Umpire comes up and says, come with me, son.
Yeah, that's fair enough too.
Yep, it was after the marking contest. It was right on the digits of 50. 22 minutes gone. We won't have a lot of time on.
Oh.
Gilby eyeballing Ryan Mansell here. Now, it's a lot of 50 here. They're still going. Umpire about to pull up. He's got Bo Sharman next to him if he wants to go the handball. He does. Sharman will be under pressure. That wasn't the option. He has to release to Donnelly.
That was a bad decision, Ryan Mansell.
And Sharman gives Walsh one. And umpire says that's too high. Walsh has gone to the deck.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Mansell's given Gilby one. Nick Butler. Bryce Walsh has gone down. The umpire, Nick Butler's there.
We knew it was going to happen, and here it is.
There's no report, but Walsh has gone down.
Walsh he's a hard unit, so he's obviously got him decent.
Yeah.
Walsh coming had something to say about, and in fact,
he might have lost a tooth.
Yep. Facial injury.
He has indeed. Well, a bit of drama here at Utah Stadium as Karanaya takes the free kick. Up here towards Cousins, over the back to Reece Sutton. He can let fly for goal. He sends it towards Wiggins.
Got it.
He takes it. Ryan Wiggins been moved forward. So from that error on the wing.
Excellent kick, wasn't it? He sort of lowered his eyes. He could have had a ping at him.
He could have gone for goal. I thought he was. His body language was, but he lowered the eyes.
Been very good, Sutton. Centre clearances. Yeah, he's been very good.
It's a huge kick, boys. It's close to half time.
This is huge.
I called it that he went forward because he was struggling down back, and he's a goal kicker, Wiggins, but just that ankle injury.
He kicked a few in the grand final last year in a losing side, did Ryan Wiggins. He's only about 30 out, slightly right of centre, keeps it low, terrible kick.
Oh my
Doesn't even
God.
make the distance. Tang releases the handball to Egger towards Wadley, who's under pressure. He has to release.
What's
Well,
that?
it's a game of pressure. He's got a high tackle because Karanoya was about to go into goal.
Matthew, I think he may have missed that kick for goal.
I did miss a goal because I was looking to see how many goals he kicked last. He kicked 4 last
Is
year.
that due to the injury, you think?
Can he not?
He
can
didn't make
not,
the distance from 15 metres.
Can he not structure on the ankle? Is that the issue?
I'd say
Like on
so.
the opposite kicking leg? Like,
I think he hit his knee.
Yeah.
and he's normally a really good kick, Wiggins.
Well, that's
Groom said no, it didn't hit his knee, it hit his thigh.
it's a huge moment in the game because that would have put them a goal up going to half-time, and scores are still level. There's a lot of pressure. That's why we love grand finals. It brings out a lot of situations that you don't see in the home and away season. It comes out now towards Anderton. He's on the boundary line. It'll be a free kick back on play. That's McManus. Yes, over there on the far side. So he's telling the players to go forward. He's going to go long, I think. Invited now to play on as he took too long. Up to attacking 50. Wiggins this time takes another good mark in front of Donnelly. I think they need Connie Young back on, and he is now.
That's a better kick.
Connie Young up against Gilby. Young front position. It falls even shorter than them. Mance a good thump away. Straight to Simpson, who lets fly, but they've formed a wall. Oh, McManus dropped a mark he should have taken.
That should have been
and then Taylor Whitford crashes in and gets McManus high. Now he's down.
Boys, I don't like, you don't
Umpire,
like to beat up
he's
on
going to book him.
You don't
He's
want to beat
gonna
up
report
on
him.
the coaches, boys. But Taylor Whitford's had an absolute mare today.
He has had a mare.
Absolute shocker so far.
Now, talk about the coaching. Off-field coaching, on-field coaching. Is it you did a bit of both?
Never, ever be a playing coach, ever.
You didn't like it yourself?
It is the hardest thing you will ever do. Taylor looks like he's doing a great job. He does have a fairly good team around him and a fairly good team on field. If we're a struggling outfit back in the day, I would never recommend it.
just too hard to see what's going on and
you
make
rely
moves
too much on the off-field staff, and you've got to have the right people. So it can be done, but it's, at this level, it's a thing of the past, I would imagine.
McManus switches it to Josh McGuinness. Handball now to Ben McGuinness. Terrible kick. Fumble there by Taron Thomas. Has time to recover. Little kick and finds a target there in Jake Pearce. Little kick from Pearce now. Finds Whitford on the wing. Only had a goal apiece this quarter. Complete contrast to last year. As Whitford goes towards half forward, Cox Goodyer falls to back to Karanoya, who takes the mark. So he goes across the ground out of Raglione inside his defensive 50. He has to steady things up. He's got to switch into the goal square. Has to be accurate. Oscar Shaw. It just takes the mark. Slips catch. Had to because players were hovering. Oscar Shaw.
No, it's out of bounds.
Yep, it's out of bounds.
No, sorry, a point. A point. He's gone behind the post.
And that point puts North Launceston in front 3-8-26 to Lauderdale 3-7-25.
Yeah, the problem is, though, the man on the mark, Bo Sharman, was only like a metre inside the line. He couldn't really go anywhere else.
No choice.
It's probably a good result, really.
Yeah, it is a good result.
Bell Chambers, big kick in. Taron Thomas sets himself. He spins around. Could have been taken high.
The
umpire said play on. He's near
wrecking ball.
He's near knocked himself out as Taron Thomas going for mark number 6. And there's the siren for half time. North Launceston 3-8-26.
Could be on here, boys. All the way got to get across the ground.
Lead Lauderdale 3-7-25. You keep your eye on that one, Elsie. I'm going to go the goal kickers.
Okay.
1 to Bradley Cox-Goodyer, 1 to Tom Couch, and 1 to Bart McCulloch in that quarter for Big Bart. And the goal kickers for Lauderdale, 1 to Jacob Gilby and 2 to Tim Mosquito, 1 in each of the first 2 quarters.
Okay, so the players are starting to break up, thankfully, and it looks like Taron Thomas has got to his feet and has done worse for wear. Well, after that second quarter of footy, it's still a 1-point margin to North Launceston. It was 2-4 to 2-3 at quarter time, so 1 goal 4 apiece to both teams in that second quarter. Hilsey, before we go back to some messages, your first thoughts there on that first half?
Once again, massive win for Lauderdale. The longer they can stay in this contest, obviously, the better. They would be really happy with the way they went about it in their first quarter. I think they played it the way they wanted to and got the tick for the goal they had was to beat into the quarter time. That second quarter was much different. It was chaos, wasn't it? There was ebbs and flows in momentum, and we didn't really know who was on top, and there should have been goals kicked from both teams that weren't. And we ended up still 1 point in it. But the longer that Lauderdale stay that close, they'll give themselves every opportunity to win the game. And North, I think they'd like to sort of have a little bit more control in the game and play the game on their terms. They haven't been able to do that so far, so massive tick for Lauderdale.
Yep, and completely contrast to last year where the game was all over at this stage.
Yep, absolutely.
We've got, we might just quickly do the team stats before we go back for some messages. So the hit-outs, Lauderdale 18, North Launceston at 14. And so Hayden Smith, you know, you watch the ruck contest closely.
Yeah,
He's done a great job.
Yeah, I actually feel like he's on top. I think he's given his midfielders first use more often than Lee has. And, yeah, he's been really good around the ground. There's a couple of little things where he throws the weight around. It's not required, but he's doing a good job. Clearances are pretty even. It's 13 to 12 North Launceston's way. Inside 50s, 11 to 8 that quarter for North Launceston, 22 to 18 over the course of the game. Marks inside 50. Now, all the tall timber with Bennett and Bart McCulloch. No marks inside 50 in that quarter for North Launceston. They had to play a bit high, didn't they?
Yep, 5 for Lauderdale. And they lead 9-5 over the day. And the free kicks are 15 to 14 North Launceston's way. And I think the Uppies have done a reasonable job. There were a couple of those head down ones that you know, they're always hard to judge. Difficult deliberations there. Okay, it's half time here at UTAS Stadium. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a bit of analysis of the season for some of the clubs and some other scores from other grounds. Back in just a moment.
It was a great contest and we don't want to see 10.
Quickly down to Warnie. G'day, Warnie.
Yeah, g'day, Dave. Went into the North Launceston rooms. They're all fenced off in there. They've got the bunting up to make sure that the punters keep out because there's a lot of people in there. Didn't really get much out of that. Apart from they're okay, they're pretty confident with where they're at. And Booney, you got a bit out of the Lauderdale.
Yeah, Darren Winter was happy to speak in front of the spectators today. He thinks they can finish on strongly. He actually sees them playing the extra games the last few weeks as an advantage, which most coaches normally say the week's break is an advantage. He's seeing it the other way. He thinks they can finish on strongly. He wants them to attack the goals. They didn't think that did that well enough in the first half, attacking the goals more directly and stop North Launceston's loose men getting out the back as the other main message.
Thanks, boys. Down the boundary, we're underway in the third quarter. Here's Macca.
So it was a centre clearance North Launceston's way. They're going to go back in for their second inside 50. Ben McGuinness sets himself, as does Tarrant Thomas. But it's Ben McGuinness floating in from the side and takes the repelling mark. So if you just join us at half time, it's North Launceston by a point. It's been a real arm wrestle, 3 goals apiece. Here's big Alex Lee takes the mark from the kick out. And Alex Lee has had a good battle with Hayden Smith in the ruck. Goes by hand. Cousins on that left. Another inside 50, Jordan Cousins. Really goes long and deep. Ben McGuinness there again. Darren Thomas can't get there. At the fall of the ball, it's Tom Bennett. Special. Wow. Tom Bennett at the fall of the ball did a little tricky dribbler. And that one's gone out of nowhere and gone through for a goal.
It's a tap goal, surely. Tom, artificial turf.
Tom Bennett.
Absolutely brilliant
That's
goal.
the one they need. North Launceston to come out of nowhere. You were saying the ball was holding up, and it was. Both players didn't get to it. Tom Bennett picked it up, a little sneaky dribbler from the pocket, and he's kicked it.
Now, a little effort there from Tarrant Thomas. He got caught behind in the marking contest. He got the fist in. And he managed to make the spoil there, which was pretty crucial in the wash-up.
Put the stat down, mate. Fist.
Dear Dave Moore.
One fist.
I know I like to find the Tarrant angle, and I did. As it's back in the middle. As it's the second minute of play in this third quarter. Alex Lee out and out here towards Ponting. He gives it up, though. Big Hayden Smith off to Bell Chambers. Gets around the tackle of Lee. Back to Smith. It's hoists it forward. Contest. Aveo over the back here with Zach Burt. That's been a fantastic contest all day. Burt forces it out of bounds. Bryce Walsh wants to deliver it by having none of it. Listen to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. We'll have the boys down on the ground for interviews after the game. As it's a boundary throw in. Falls a bit short. Lee gets a tap down. Hayden Smith tries to shark it. And holding the ball. It's against Hayden Smith, is it?
Yeah.
Yep, going to Ponting. Ponting in the back pocket. Left-hand side of UTAS Stadium. It's kicking towards the town end of the Northern Bombers. Goes long and wide. Tarrant Thomas, nearly marked, number 6, doesn't quite hold on to it. Gets over to Reece Sutton. Back now towards Eggar. Eggar gets a handball to Cox Goodger. He just gets out of a tackle from Boscott, and that's not easy to do. Up in towards Pearce. It spills over the back. Goes out of bounds.
Breaking play, boys. I've just had an update from the South Launceston Reserves Grand Final that our Lane Cleaver, our number one listener, number one ticket holder, kicked 5 goals and a best on ground performance, but also a shoulder injury, and he's in doubt for next week.
Oh, get those horse cream onto him.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get up.
Rapid Gel.
Rapid Gel sponsor.
Thor Boscott onto the spillage. Gets a handball away here towards Ben McGuinness. Little handball under pressure is Bell Chambers. They're starting to make some errors under pressure.
Yeah, they come to play.
Yep.
This
Good
is where
start.
they're going to surge the Northern Bombers as Couch gets a free kick. He's been moved into the midfield, as Macca said. And he's just going to weigh up his options here. He might go long.
From the courts of Flushing Meadows, Hillsy, to
Yeah,
the
well,
fields of...
I follow him on
Newcastle.
Instagram and he's had a good year. Just saying.
Knocked away out of the contest. It's out of bounds on the far side. North Launceston 4-8-32. Lauderdale 3-7-25.
Good year travelling with the tennis. He,
Oh,
of course,
mate.
looks after the fitness side of Tennis Australia.
Fantastic job, or it looks like it. He's seen some good places.
Oh,
Had a great time.
yeah.
And might get a premiership medallion at the same time.
Why
No
not?
worries.
What a thing for Tom Couch. Fly in, fly out. 5 games this year.
Couch potato.
Ponting gets it out, goes to that man Couch. He's Ben McGuinness, been in everything this quarter, but set upon. Coming out here now is Egger. Goes a handball out the back to Couch, taken high. Umpire said he agrees with me, and it's going to be a free kick to Tom Couch outside 50. This is going to be beyond him. Looks to spot up in the pocket. Taylor Whitford takes it. About a centimetre inside the line as Anderton bear down. Play on Taylor Whitford. Has plenty of room. No one on the angle. Taylor Whitford misses near side.
He's just
So
a
we
bit off
mentioned,
today, isn't he?
yeah, we mentioned first quarter he was really struggling to get any, boot the ball effectively, but he had plenty of room then and just missed it.
Richie Anderton got caught behind the umpire.
Yeah, he
Come
does it
across.
well. Baker kicks out, goes to Lee. They've kicked to the same spot every time today of Lauderdale. McManus, good handball over the top. Bell Chambers. Here's Karanaya back on. Bell
better.
Chambers with pace and strength. Hits up Avea.
Got nothing.
They've got nothing on speed. He goes outside to Walsh. Not a great kick up and under. Puts Walsh under pressure. But he's good enough to take the mark as the skipper in Walsh. I just had to move it quicker.
Yeah, got nothing.
Now he looks for Mosquito in the pocket, but coming over the back is Zach Burt. A big brick down back. And
Zach Burt's had to play back now, hasn't he, with the loss of Foon and Rick DeSolder?
Yeah, and have we seen Connor Young back on?
Yeah, he's back on.
Back on?
Yep.
Here's Donnelly. He's had his hands full today, the big sauce. Donnelly, railway wing side of the ground. Bryce Walsh in the action again. On to Mark Walsh. He gets it. He keeps his feet, Mark Walsh. By hands, over the top, Tommy Bennett. Goes out wide again. Tries to take on the tackler. There's Harrison.
Egger.
Can't do so. Comes down and finds Bannister. Hasn't done a real lot today, the big Dakota. Inboard Couch, getting plenty of it third quarter. 60 metres out from goal, kicking towards the city end. He's got Whitford. Well done there. Robbie McManus get the fist in. Baker tries to come through. Simpson's out. Taron Thomas comes through. Lays the tackle, does Thomas. The umpire's going to circle. Going to ball it up. So good forward line pressure, North Launceston. They had their chance, Lauderdale, didn't they? Had the fast break on the other end of the
you just
ground.
feel like the 50-50's going North way here at the minute.
They are. They lead.
Momentum.
They lead 4-9-33. Lauderdale 3-7-25. 6.5 minutes gone. Smith and Lee battled all day. Oh, good tap down. Didn't go Ponting's way. Here's Taron Thomas. Handball. Cox Goodger, right foot. Don't see that very often. Oscar Shaw, great punch. He's done well on Tommy Bennett. Don't think Dave Moore's medalist will get the medal today, Tommy Bennett, because Oscar Shaw has done a great job on Bennett as a 17-year-old from Lauderdale. It's going to be a ball up right forward pocket, North Launceston, end of the ground.
Nick Butler, the umpire. Umpires today. Nick Butler, Matt Clark and Joel Harris in charge. As it's unopposed there was McGuinness. Little kick round the corner. Is out of bounds now. It's right on the paint of 50 for North Launceston. Inside 50s, Mitch Hills for this quarter. For
Inside
Dave River.
50s, 4-2.
4-2, so they had most of it so far. It's right in front of the Lauderdale crowd. They're in voice and in numbers today. Front position was Lee. Might have got a shove. Hayden Smith just takes it. Gives it to Nick Baker.
Risky.
Kicks it towards the centre of the ground. Here's an important contest.
Foot race.
Rory Lampsis takes it nicely to Lampsis. He takes a bounce.
Mansell's quick.
Gets it towards 50. Donnelly gets in front and takes the mark.
Well done, Ryan Mansell, there, because he was beat twice and he's quick, Ryan Mansell.
He just got the touch on Lampsis to push him off the kick. As Donnelly now, he's going to come near side. ROCT stands side of the ground. Lee up against 2. Front position though, Lee and the height advantage.
Clever.
Knocks it over the back. Chance here. Taken by Franklin. Good tackle, Tang. Ponting's handball not good. Couch will make it look good. Slips over Couch. Tries to knock it on. Stanley, little kick straight to Ponting. Ponting's handball's not great.
Jeez,
Out of
that
bounds.
ground is really not looking
No
very
grass.
good.
It's like early days at Etihad Stadium.
Yeah.
Looks like late in the tournament at Wimbledon, doesn't it,
Yeah.
Hilsey? When
Yeah,
the,
deep in the fifth set,
deep in the fifth set.
in the final.
the final Sunday, Federer and Nadal.
Yep.
Brother Kelly Mouser described it today as one of the Gold Coast ovals.
Yeah, it looks a bit, like that.
Broadbeach. As there goes Surveyor.
Drivers.
He gets the handball to Baker, who's tackled to Bell Chambers. Play on to advantage, is it? No.
Pinned him for a
Incorrect
throw.
disposal. Free kick Wadley. And they've got to give it back quick.
They're coming North Launceston. They're really putting the screws in. Lauderdale are holding. They trail by 8 points. Wadley, deep inside 50. Just losing his feet there was Tang. And a good mark in the back line there to Raglione. Raglione goes across to Josh McGuinness. Josh McGuinness hits up Sutton. So Sutton playing a role, a tagging role inside mid. He goes left, goes right. Now he's just going to kick down the line, long and strong. He's got Gilby. He's had a quiet 10 minutes or so. Is Gilby. Bryce Walsh trying to keep it in from going out of bounds. They got a little bit of upside because there's Thor Boscott. Still haven't called him for a possession, Mitch Hills.
He has not touched it at all.
He's in and around the contest, but just cannot lay boot on ball. And it's going to be a boundary throw in right on the railway wing side of the ground here at Utah Stadium. It's still a really tight contest. North Launceston 4-9-33. Lauderdale 3-7-25. Tarrant Thomas out the back. Can't miss that one, Foz. Goes back to Whitford. Whitford looks up. Here's Tang. Bannister, is it?
Tang.
Tang for the first time. The big Tanger. Come across from Victoria this year. Looking for his first premiership medal for the Northern Bombers. Here's Tom Couch. He's lifted in the midfield. Tom Couch from outside 50. It's all about the bounce. Well done, Henry Karanaya. He taps it through, double fist at full stretch.
Well done, Karanaya.
Mitchie Anderton's going to take the resultant kick in.
No score, Lauderdale through the first 10 minutes of the third quarter. And North Lonnie have kicked 1 goal, 3. Low scoring grand final.
Inside
Anderton
56-3, Dave Grubers.
as Tang is knocked away from him. How does the umpire see this over the shoulder?
It's a definite tactic to hit that spot with the kick out, isn't it? Every time.
Yep, and Alex Lee just sits there.
And I don't think it's a great tactic. It hasn't worked at all.
Works out this time though as Tutai Avea gets the free kick. Up here towards Gilby, who slips over. As it's towards the boundary line.
Oh, well done, Bryce Walsh.
Bryce Walsh against 2.
Tripped.
Yeah, got tripped. Now warning informs he's the boundary. There's been weed killer put on the ground.
Yeah, well, we can see that.
So in
Ready for
preparation,
the
big bash.
There's lots of weeds
As
because they've all died.
Walsh up
Everything's
the
dead.
line, Ponting front position, almost takes a good mark. Sport though there by Franklin, little kick inside 50. Lounces is there, so is Whitford. Whitford scoops out to a Jackie Avent. His handball's not good. Around the corner, McManus towards goal.
Mosquito.
Here's Mosquito. It's going to beat him over the boundary line for a throw in.
Oh, dare I say, buzzing around.
Now I did that one at Windsor Park a few weeks ago. Been done.
They need a goal here desperately, Lauderdale. They've had a couple of opportunities inside 50. It's that last little kick that's just letting them down.
They've only kicked 1 goal since quarter time, and their last goal was the 7-minute mark of the second quarter.
Okay.
The good thing is, Dave, North Lonnie have only kicked 2.
Correct.
Boundary throw in, Whitford taken high. Umpire
He's
blindsided.
rolled in the tackle. He might be penalised. No.
11 minutes 45 gone. Third quarter, premiership quarter they call it in the 2018 Booper TSL Grand Final. Dave Moore starting to fatigue. He's been here since 6:30 a.m.
It's a tough
The big
day.
fella. He doesn't sit
believe
down.
it.
He stands up. He's the captain of the commentary team. He's Mr.
Right.
Media Street. 206 games. Superstars and Pat's old boys. How many goals, Dave? 40 odd.
Premiership star.
Quarter
Premiership. Kicked the most against Exeter. Ball comes down to Tom Bennett.
It's
Out in
Ravenswood.
front of Oscar Shaw. Was it Ravenswood, Dave?
Yep.
Jeepers. What did you do at Exeter then? As the ball's going to be balled up. What did you do at Exeter?
That was equal.
Equal 4?
Yep.
4 goals for our first-time listeners. Did a bit of Dave Moore, This Is Your Football life earlier in the season when things were a little bit dreary down at Windsor Park.
Yeah,
And we
tough
got on to
day.
Dave's 206-game career,
Free
so
kick.
that's old boys. Free kick, North Lonnie, Jake Pearce. Plays his role, hasn't had a real lot of the footy, Jake Pearce. Inside 50, Baker sets himself, he comes through. Tarrant Thomas on the swing, Tarrant Thomas! Golski! There's a little bump, Tarrant Thomas. He only needs a little bit of yardage.
Just give
and
him a metre. He's a gun.
spins on a 50-cent piece as the big T. He does the little bump with Ponting. What a goal, Tarrant Thomas.
Was that a chest bump?
That was it. Look at this turn. And spin, Golski. That's why we won't see him on this island next year.
See ya.
Wheels.
See you later.
And it's an important goal for North Launceston in the context of the game too. 5-10-40 lead. Lauderdale 3-7-25.
You already written that down.
No, you just did.
No, you did that.
How have you seen his game, Hilsey?
Excited.
How have you seen his game today?
Started well, been quiet. We'll turn it on.
As Alex Lee gets the hit out towards Cox Goodger, but it's got here by Boscott. He wheels around on the right foot. Has a play here as an outlet. McManus can't quite take the mark. Heavey takes it. Slips over. A lot of that's going on. McManus paddles the ball towards the boundary line. He turns now. He gets around. Players slipping over all over the place there as McManus kicks in the centre of the ground. Chance here for Cousins. He slips over.
Oh, God.
Nobody can keep their feet. Baker, handball, Bellchambers, McManus. Lampsis overruns the ball this time. As Cox Goodger goes off the ground. No free kick to the umpire. As he probably just got his boot to ball before the player dived in.
Hilsey's hammer could be coming to UTAS Stadium.
John Keddy, Big Dunny, Rob Gronewegan. Could be a sledgehammer.
UTAS, we go with the siren gate. What else? The lighting, Western Storm.
There's a free kick back on play to Boscott.
Is his first kick for the day, the mighty Thor.
He had one 30 seconds ago, Magga.
Well, it was his second kick there.
Second kick.
This is his real proper kick.
Kicks inside 50, terrible kick. Taron Thomas should mark and does. He plays on, probably shouldn't have done. Gives it to Mansell, who's caught. Ed Stanley, Keranoia. Chance here, Gilby, can he get free? Swung in the tackle, gets it back to Stanley, who snaps for goal. Could be a goal for Lauderdale.
Missed it.
He's missed it.
Jeez, Taron put his old mate Ryan Mansell fair under the bus then.
Touch ball. He's definitely played on.
Must have been touch ball, was it?
Touch ball.
3-8-26 Lauderdale, North Launceston 5-10-40. First score for Lauderdale for the quarter, 15-minute mark. Here's Matthew McGee.
You wouldn't think he'd make that mistake, Mitch?
No.
Oh, here's a kick in, not great. Goes to Avan on the bounce. Lauderdale need one. They've got to respond because North Launceston, the superstars they are, 5 grand finals in a row, 4 out of 5. Who beat them, Hilsey?
I think it was Glenorchy.
A
couple of years back.
Right here.
Easy too.
Right here. Over the top, Lee, down boundary side, Ponting, out of bounds off hands, left forward pocket,
They'll be kicking
in front of the North Lonnie.
Kicking themselves. So there's a couple of easy opportunities they've just missed and just need to take those opportunities in grand final.
5-10-40 North Launceston, Lauderdale 3-8-26 captain.
Dockers have won the NWFU grand final by 16 points over Ulverston.
Kicked with the win in the last quarter. So the Dockers, they went back to the NWFL this year. Should be on down a point down at West Park tonight. Well done, the Burnie Dockers. Meanwhile, Lauderdale burrowing in here. Mansell could have taken his Lauderdale opponent high. Umpire says no, and he's going to ball it up 20 metres out.
I did
on
see
a slight angle.
The Burnie team is very a lot of resemblance to their TSL team
amazing.
the last 3 or 4 years.
You put someone in like Luke Russell as well.
Oh my God.
Former Gold Coast. Speaking of Gold Coast, here's his teammate Jacob Gilby. Coming in through Ryan Mansell. He's always at the bottom of the pack. The umpire circles. He's gone.
Yep.
It's going to be a free kick, Lauderdale.
Is that Mansell holding
Mansell
the ball?
gone, holding the footy. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to Jacob Gilby, I think. Jacob Gilby gets up. The Gold Coast son. No, it's going to go to Hayden Smith.
Not ideal.
Big Hayden Smith.
Give it back to Gilby.
15, 20 metres out, directly in front. This is to put them back to within 8 points, Dave.
If he misses it, they probably lose the game.
I know. This is what the kick is.
Good call.
Ryan Mansell pounced on the ball, being the ball getter he is, and he just didn't tap it out. And the umpire said, "You're holding it." Hayden Smith. How was his goal kicking back at the Storm?
Oh, non-existent. No
good. Hayden Smith comes in, lays it back and hits the post. Oh, drama here at UTAS. Lauderdale 3-9-27. They trail by 13 points, 5-10-40.
Oh dear.
And the North under 18s and Mercury Cup boys love that.
Oh, let him know all about it.
That wasn't me. I would have copped it.
Mark Walsh long out of defence. Contest. Handball by Couch. Tries to release Tang. Anderton does well. He pumps it back in forward for Lauderdale. And as far as Sharman, his handball is not bad to Event under pressure. Event goes sideways to Mansell. Now Mansell can set up here. He's got Bart McCulloch on the wing. Cox Goodger cruising by. Gets the handball. In they go to attacking 50 down North Launceston. Bennett over the back. Chance for Egger. If he can pick it up. Sharon Egger. He just fumbled at the crucial moment. Play went through there.
He dived on it.
And somebody's on the bottom of the pack. It must be a Lauderdale player because
Oscar Shaw dived in, and it was a terrific effort. But
I said because whoever the Lauderdale player was streaming through,
went straight through.
He nearly collected Egger, but didn't.
McCulloch, scooped forward by Alex Hill. Couch looking for a snap. Couch doesn't make the distance. It's going to dribble through for a behind.
A bit rusty, isn't he?
5-11, 41, 3-9, 27. 14 points the margin. 1 point at half time. Been playing nearly 18 and a half minutes here at UTAS Stadium. As Josh McGuinness kicks wide for the Bombers.
Goes to that same spot. Here's Hayden Smith. That goal he missed. Or Boscott starting to get his hands on the footy. Dropped it. Umpire said play on. Ben McGuinness gets one hand to it.
Front.
Over the top. Play on advantage now.
Got to go.
Hill. Got to go to the Dale, says Mitch Hills. Two-time premiership player, but it goes out of bounds in front of Ed Stanley. Centre wing, railway wing side of the ground. The sun is shining. It was a wet start to the day, Dave.
Yep.
And it was Launceston, wasn't it? They got the early lead.
3 goals
in the Mercury
in the first
Cup.
quarter. Yep.
And well done to the Glenorchy ladies in the TSLW.
Pies.
Come from behind victory.
Go Pies.
Hills is claiming it. Hayden Smith, he's been pretty good today, the big Haydos.
Yep.
Nat Franklin, up and under, kick. Looking up forward for Wiggins. Nudges his opponent under it in Young and takes the mark. Now Ryan Wiggins, troubled by that ankle earlier on. Comes down inside 50. Burt sets himself. Havea over the back. Welch!
Pushing it back.
Push out.
Push
Havea,
out.
he's done it all day, big two-tie. And this is going to be a free kick. And it's going to go the way of Mark Walsh.
There's a push out by Walsh.
Walsh, was it?
Yeah, it was Walsh,
geez,
yeah.
Havea give a big shove as well.
Walsh on Walsh.
Walsh, deep. Thought it was a good mark to Walsh. I thought it was Havea. Connor Young out of bounds, just in front of the scoreboard here, which reads North Launceston 5-11-41, Lauderdale 3-9-27. It's one of these real old-fashioned just battles, isn't it? Grand final battles.
3 goals is not going to be enough to win you a grand final, is it? So you've got to take your opportunities, Hayden Smith.
Boundary throw in. All goes just inside Lauderdale. Here's Ryan Mansell. Put his head over it. Umpire can't see. He's looking in the sun. So the other umpire takes over and says, give it to me. 5 metres inside Lauderdale's 50. Quick ball up. Get the clearances out of the way. Smith and Lee down the front. Mansell again. Head over the footy. Taken high. Got one. So Mansell, he did it first time. He doesn't mind putting the snout in the trough.
I was just going to mention that. He's always head over the ball.
He's going to be sore tonight. He's had so many physical contests over the day.
Ryan Mansell chips it. Sharman. Oh, Sharman.
He's got a vent on.
Up and over the top. Finds him. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. It's a free kick. Going to go to a vent.
Jeez,
chopping of the arms. Umpires advises the next door. They'll put that one on the replay and have a look at it. Goes back by hand. Geez, they're scrubby at the moment. North Lonnie, they're made to work today for this premiership victory. If it comes their way. McCulloch, a metre in for the boundary. Well done, Wadley. Over the top, Cox Goodger goes to Shimmy, gives it across to Tang, can go back to Cox Goodger, on the barrel. This could nearly be a sealer this early in the game. Held up into the breeze. And I said it could be a sealer because I just can't see Lauderdale kicking another 3 goals. The way things are going, but it's rushed through for a behind off hands. So North Launceston 5-12-42, Lauderdale 3-9-27, and they go back to that spot again, Dave Moore.
They do, and they might get it out this time. Although getting the ball now is Cox Goodger. He tries to shrug off Mosquito and gets up here in the attacking 50, taken by Ben McGuinness. Josh McGuinness. He's got it back again. Over now to Mosquito. Good play, good link up. Here's Thor Boscott. Starting to get a bit of it. Inside 50, Mice Walsh, not a good kick. And against him is Mark Walsh. That's a good battle at the moment. Mark Walsh is up against 2. He scoops towards the boundary line. 2 ties there. Dummies the handball. Now gets it back, but the ball was over the boundary line. And Mark Walsh, 10 out of 10 there. He was up against 2. Yeah. And he managed to make it an even contest.
Have we seen them move the ball really impressively, and just they can't hit that kick inside 50?
Are you voting on the medal today? Because good luck picking one.
No, I'm not. Boscott, he gets tackled. Now here's a chance for North Launceston to break. Handball from Couch to Bannister. Bannister to the wing to Egger. Holds up in the breeze. Interception by Baker. Well done, Egger. 2 young blokes going at it there as Bennett crashes in. Out comes Egger. His handball over the top to Bannister. He gets rid of it quickly to Couch, who marks 2 kicks out from goal right in front of us here in level 4 of the RACT stand. Couch. Up here, Thomas is there, McCulloch.
Bambi.
Whoa, and they all go down, the North Launceston players. Last man standing, Raglione. Egger is hovering. Egger nearly scooped it in. Bart McCulloch, can he pick it up? He can't. There's players around the ball. Is Tang. Tang might snap here. Michael Tang. Does he make the distance? No, he's offline anyway. 5:13:43. 3:9:27. They kicked 2-6 this quarter to Lauderdale 1 behind.
Inside 50s, Mitch Hills.
Inside 50s, we're looking at 12-8.
Yeah, clearances for Dave Gruber.
Clearances 8-6.
North Lonnie Way.
Yes.
Alex Hill takes the kick out.
To the spot.
To that spot, marks the spot. X marks the spot. Ponting takes it off hands. And it's a ball up. All the time, Mitch Hills. Can you be that predictable all the time? Or do you have
they obviously see something in it, but I don't see it.
That's where Big Haydos sits with Alex Lee right there, but it's just a secondary ball up.
Yeah.
They haven't got a coast-to-coast goal today. They need 3. They've only got 3. Umpire circles, says give it to me, back at that spot again. Just outside 50, in between the 50 and where the centre square starts. Railway wing side of the ground, 5:13:43, North Launceston. Lauderdale 3:9:27. It's a battle coming through Bannister. Punching back the other way, Lauderdale through Sutton. Comes to the front. Here's Mosquito, taken hard in a tackle there by his North Launceston opponent in Ponting. And it's going to be another ball up. Same spot again. Right inside the 50 in the centre square. 25 minutes gone, third quarter. They're still going to be in the game at three-quarter time, Lauderdale, but you just feel North Launceston might just have a little bit too much class, a little bit too much run. Does this game have another swing in it? Let's see what happens. Pearce comes out. Can't get it any further than the Lauderdale opponent here in Raglione.
I loved his
Battles
game,
it before the boundary line. Egger takes him in the tackle. Didn't have the footy. Goes back to Heavey. Heavey to Mosquito. Heavey to Gilby. Gilby takes the mark. The bare 15, the kick. Plays on to Bellchambers. This is the kick. Who's he got? He's got Bryce Walsh deep, but he goes short. Egger beats Walsh on the lead. Walsh looking for it over. Event over the top. There they go. Sharman tries to find Tang. Can't do so. Ben McGuinness comes in. Taron Thomas clean. Left handball. Ponting. Inside 50. McCulloch drops short. Can't take it. Alex Hill. Over the top. There's the siren.
Jeez, that was breath, Macca.
Jeez, they had a chance. Didn't they have a chance?
Great call,
Just
Macca.
that kick of Bellchambers. Let's just go back to that.
Yeah.
Bryce Walsh was looking for the ball over the back and he saw the player hitting up. The problem was the player hitting up was Jack Event.
Yeah, it's going to be their downfall, I think, is that last kick, that polish kick inside 50. It's the biggest thing in the AFL at the moment, has been able to hit that, and it's fiddled down, and it's been an issue here today.
Well, Hawthorn found that last night, and North Launceston, they're away today. 5:13:43, Lauderdale 3:9:27, three-quarter time. Dave Moore. Have Lauderdale. As we go down to the boundary, let's hear from Adam Warney-Child.
G'day, guys. Yeah, just come out of the North Launceston huddle. All about Taylor Whitford walking in after the siren, just all talking about one-on-ones. I think that's a big message, winning their 50-50 contest all the way through and grinding them out as what it's about now. Lots of words, lots of talk from everyone there and getting in amongst the different line groups. Defensive line, obviously, have a bit of work to do in this quarter, so that's where a lot was there. It's all about trying to get that spread and make sure that run there, the hundreds and thousands talk that we always hear about. We got that from the North Launceston defensive group. Now, Booney from Lauderdale, what did you get there?
Yeah, well, the focus there is the same as in the other quarters, basically from a strategy viewpoint, was stopping North getting numbers over the back and attacking the goals more directly. In terms of motivation, he said this is the best chance the club's had to win a premiership, so it's the biggest quarter of their lives. They need to be up and about. That's where it's all going to start. They need to get into it and not get tired, because that's going to cost them. This is their chance to win a flag.
Beautiful. The crowd is up and about here. Plenty of noise for both sides. So we're looking forward to this final stanza for season 2018 of the TSL.
And thanks, boys, for your work on the boundary all year. It's been fantastic in the TSL. Big round of applause there for Booney.
Warney and Booney.
Warney.
Huge.
Thanks, lads. Very worries. Appreciated.
All right, we're about to get underway. Might just point out at this stage that there were 11 goals kicked in the TSLW final, and there's been 8 goals kicked today, and there are only 9 goals kicked in the Mercury Cup. Just saying.
I don't know if that's a good thing or...
There was all that controversy about the timing of the games. Anyway,
let's see how we go. Big Hayden Smith's going to do his best for Lauderdale. Wins the tap down. Goes only as far as Cox Goodger. Final quarter TSL. Free kick found. Going to go to Baker. So Nick Baker, the Tassie Mariner. An up and under kick, but it finds McManus half forward. Running past was Cousins, looking for the protected zone was McManus. Cousins influences the contest because he smothers it. Off the kick was Laumschius. Only finds the North Lonnie defender there in Connor Young. So he copped a bit of a corky earlier on in the play, did Connor Young. Earlier on the day. He's back on the ground. Straight down the line. Alex Lee sets himself over the top. Big Bartholomew McCulloch. Can't take it. Josh McGuinness. Halfback flank for Lauderdale for North Launceston, and Josh McGuinness gets up, gives it back to the umpire. So 5:13:43 North Lonnie. They take a handy lead in the last quarter with Lauderdale kicking with a slight breeze. Laumschius over the top. Ben McGuinness. Handball. Finds Baker. Snap kick. Needs to be fortunate. It is. Goes to Nat Franklin. He's got Mosquito on. Looks forward here, looking for Boscott. Sets himself big four. Tries to sit on the head. Can't get it. Boscott burrows in again with Mosquito.
I don't mind it, Macca. They need a spark. They need Boscott.
a spark.
They need just something like that.
Did you have a better third quarter? He started to get a little bit.
He got two touches. That was better than the zero in the first half.
None. But that was good.
Ball up. Smith. Nice tap down. Good in the contest, Mark Walsh. Here's Bell Chambers bustling through. McManus overruns the foot. He gets back on it, but not before Ponting, who kicks it out. Sutton. He's out in front of Bannister. It's a foot race. Eggers there as well. The young. Oh, it's a terrible bounce. Lauderdale goes Bannister's way. Well done, Sutton. Back onto it. Tap on. Lauderdale going their way. Here's Avent. Fozzie's favourite today. Over the top to Cox Goodger. Just says, see you later, Mosquito. Over the top to Bannister. He goes the sidestep. Excellent sidestep. Here's Taron Thomas. Got to take the mark, Big T. Doesn't do so. Well done, Mitch Annett, one-on-one.
So good one-on-one.
So on-one. He's giving away, what, a foot?
Mate, he never loses one-on-ones. He's unbelievable.
They played against each other a few weeks ago at Lauderdale.
Yeah, and Annett did a really good job on Taron down there. In fact, in Taron's media conference, he actually said how good a player his opponent was, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Dave Moore.
Boundary throw in. 2 minutes, 20 seconds gone last quarter. As it comes to the front of the contest. Tracking it there is Sutton. He gets a little kick forward. Only as far here as Ponting, who keeps his feet beautifully. Evades a tackle. Great play, Josh Ponting. And he kicks up to half forward. Taron Thomas got his hands to, couldn't take it. The kick's not a good one. Out of defence. And it's marked here by Cox Goodger. He wheels and goes. Up here, looking for McCulloch. Front position. Thomas, he got his hand on it. He couldn't take it. They're going to clear it now, though, Lauderdale. Out it comes to Heavey. He's got to be quick, Heavey. Almost got run down. And in the process, he gets it straight to Connor Young. Kirinoya need to be careful in the protected area there. Over it comes out to Jack Avent. He drops the mark. Plenty of time to recover. Short kick. Holds up. Whitford takes it. Up against Heavey. And it's going to eat a bit of time up here.
Yeah, they've got to score the Dale if there are any chance.
Whitford. Beautiful little angled kick to the pocket. Although it's a great intercept mark. Is that Oscar Shaw, Hilsey?
He's been best on ground.
He's been good. He's taken the mark there, the number 15. The makings of a mullet as he kicks it up the wing towards Lee, who can't quite take it. At the spill of Smith to Kirinoya. Bell-Chambers fumbles at the crucial moment. Opens the door for North Launceston with Pearce, who's now on the bottom of the contest. Is it coming out? Bannister working hard. He's a brute, is Dakota Bannister. Handball over the top. Nice interception, Simpson. He's got Couch to his left. He goes there now. Couch chips it. Goal square. Chance. Thomas couldn't quite get his hand to it. Over the back, out of bounds. Throw in. And 5 Launceston Lauderdale 3-9-27. Macca, you're signaling there.
No, here's the issue, isn't it? You just feel North Launceston just one goal. One goal's going to be enough.
That's it, breaks it.
Lauderdale, they need 3 the other way, but North Lonnie get 1. I reckon the floodgates might open, but it's the right end of the ground for North Launceston. Boundary throw in. Pearce at the front. Can't take it. Bannister. Annetton's there as well. Geez, he's been good today, Mitchie Annetton with the helmet. Terrific. Snaps it out. Free kick. Free kick, didn't see it. Downfield.
Yep.
I actually like the energy that Lauderdale started this quarter with. They look like they're up for the challenge, and they're going well so far. So
I'll take you back to that Hayden Smith miss in the third quarter again. Nearly as crucial as the Jack Gunston one last night.
Yep.
Grooves shaking his head. Not happy, the big fella, Big Grooves. Not happy, Grooves. He said, why did he kick it round the corner? Hayden Smith down the line. Good mark in the contest there, Robbie McManus. McManus, the speedster. Back inside the centre square on the 45. It sets Heavey a task. Can't do so because the big Sauce takes it. It's Donnelly to Sharman. Thomas can't get there. Here's the excitement. Left, right, don't argue. Handball, couldn't get it on the footy. Gone, Taron Thomas. Tried too much. Should have taken the mark in the first place. and it goes to Sutton. Oh, terrible turnover. Kicks it as far, and only as far as Bennett, who takes the mark just inside the centre square. Terrible turnover. They can't afford that. Lauderdale. Bennett hits up. Short kick. Finds Egger. Sharon Egger takes the mark right at the top of the square. Nice low kick, Tom Bennett. But Sutton was a terrible kick. And Sharon Egger takes the mark right at the top of the square. Invermay Park end of the ground.
We've had raps on Anderton all day. One-on-one there. He played in front of his man and just misread the ball completely. So a really bad mistake at a crucial time. Could be the camel here that breaks the back here.
The camel?
The
straw.
Breaks the
Sharon Egger. Here's his hammer. Might have to give it to yourself.
Yep.
Mitch Anderton stands the mark. Sharon Egger, 15 out. Misses far side. Dave Groover shakes his head. Can't believe the modern goal kicking. 5-14-44. Lauderdale 3-9-27.
He's got season, Sharon Egger, hasn't he? He's come over from Devonport.
He's one that started in the Mariners program, didn't really find his feet in that. Quit that, came to North Lonnie here. Oh, he's up and about. McManus tries to take a big hang. Couldn't do so. And he'll be one you'll try and get back in the program, Hillsy, next year, again.
Perfect for an overage, I think.
Ben Simpson there at the bottom of the pack, and he gets thrown out of it.
Jeez, McManus got up.
He did indeed.
So high.
5-14-44, 3-9-27, 17 points. So they're edging forward in points at the moment. It might be 4 goals before long if they keep getting these points. North Launceston. Out here to Simpson, little fumble. Kick, not a good one. Heavey's in there. Big Lee is fighting hard. He's dragged to the ground. He can't release. It'll be a ball up. And just repeating the news that Burnie have won the NWFL by 15 points over Ulverston.
Massive news.
And the grand final next week in the NTFA will be there for City Park Radio. Will be South Launceston versus the Bracknell Redlegs. Here's Simpson again. Kick forward. Over the top, Thomas. Here he is. 48 out, Taryn Thomas. Up to the goal square. Egger again. Not this time, or is he does?
Yes!
Does.
2 bites.
Oh, I didn't think he'd get the second grab, and he did. He positioned his body beautifully, and he got the second grab, and this time he's going to go round the corner.
I'm putting this one down, Groups.
And this is huge. He's thinking going backwards to couch for a moment. Now he goes. Sharon Egger, no problem. That could be it. He salutes the North Launceston supporters at the end of the goals there. And that's their 6th goal. 6-14-50. Sharon Egger's first goal. And what's a pretty significant game for the young man, I've got no doubt.
Yeah, well, he's moved forward as he started down back heels. He is a small running defender. And he's pushed forward, masterstroke from the coaching staff. And he's been really dangerous forward.
It was a great mark just then. Good finish.
First goal of the last quarter comes at the 8.5-minute mark. It's now 2 quarters since Lauderdale scored a goal. They scored a goal at the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. It's now 8-minute mark of the last quarter. And they haven't scored a goal in those 2 quarters. Thanks to our sponsors, Telstra Stores, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Andrew Doyle, great support this year. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio.
Tutai Avea gets his own work out of the ruck. Hit out only goes as far as Ponting. Up against Franklin. Ponting. Cox Goodger burrows through. Have you seen his 4-quarter game, Hillsy? Cox Goodger? I reckon he's been nearly their best across the 4 quarters, Cox Goodger.
Consistent.
Started well, but he's caught hold in the footy here and it's going to go to big Avea. Avea by hand to Hill. The runner gets in the way. Back to Baker, standing still. Good enough to come back inboard, Baker. He's got Tarrant Thomas only on, though. He goes over the back. Here's Gilby. Gilby's got 10 yards. He straightens. He looks. Thomas stretches. He misses Gilby. He's missed the lot off the hands of Thomas. What a dive, Tarrant Thomas, to get a fingernail on it. And it's gone out of bounds near side.
He felt he had to redeem himself. Tarrant Thomas went to spoil, lost his feet, bad set of play, and then had to scramble to make up for it.
Close the distance though, just like that.
Boundary throw in, left forward pocket, Lauderdale into the ground, Whitford comes through, Avent, lovely tackle, burrowing in, Boscott can't find the footy today, the mighty Thor, and the umpire's going to ball it up 20 metres out directly in front of Lauderdale's goal. They just cannot get it through the big sticks. Even if they do, it's only going to get them back to 17 points is the issue. Ball up. Avea, he's battled manfully over the top. Here's Gilby from the goal square. Off the ground, goal! Forward stoppage goal. No one goal side for North Lonnie defensively.
Yeah, see, that was poor. That was really poor structurally.
Avea to Gilby, and Gilby kicks it out of mid-air, and there's the goal they needed. Mitch Hills.
Well, it's, had so many opportunities to kick goals, and they should have kicked more up until this point. Somehow North had no one deep there, and there was just a terrible set forward stoppage there.
Forward stoppage. There was no one to North Lonnie between the 15-metre out and the goal line.
Yeah, except for 20 players.
He just ran straight onto it.
6:14.50 North Launceston, Lauderdale 4:9.33, so they've got that fourth goal. So it's margin 17 points. We've only got 3 goals of difference when you look at it that way. There's probably about 17, 18 minutes left of play. Back in the centre of Utah Stadium, Havea and Lee. Lee wins it beautifully down to Couch. Cox Goodger inside 50. He coughs it up to Wiggins, who's gone back there. He looked proppy early, but he moved it right to that ball. He rose nicely.
This has got to be good.
Goes wide. You heard Macca say to McManus, it's not. Although he might get a free kick, McManus.
It's got to go to Whitford.
Let's go Whitford. Play on now with Couch. No, has to come back.
Do we know where Hayden Smith is? Because he's spent this whole quarter, or he hasn't spent much of it in the ruck, and two-tie drivers. Havea has been in the ruck.
Whitford, eye of the needle there, looking for Cox Goodger. You can't find him. It's out of bounds. Left forward pocket. A goal apiece in the last quarter.
Still only 11 and a half minutes gone, so what
That's
are we
right.
looking at? At least another 14 minutes, 13, 14 minutes.
Yep.
So what is it? 17 points, Hilsey. If they get the next one,
Next one is massive.
11 points. But it's at the wrong end of the ground. Boundary throw in. McCulloch, Hill, down. In front here is Tarrant Thomas out of the pack. Tarrant Thomas! Oh, from nowhere, the big T. He just had 4 steps of speed.
That's what he can do.
Snaps it and misses near side. But he was nowhere to be seen in that contest. Lauderdale had it all.
Oh.
Kick out now, Lauderdale long and strong.
He was outside the box.
He
then,
was.
so.
I saw that too, Hilsey.
It's happened all day. The umpires haven't called it, boys. I've kept an eye on it. Bannister. Thomas lurks. Can't find it. They need one over the top here. The quick break to Lauderdale. They keep kicking it to the red and black.
Saucepan.
Oh,
He's been all right, Donnelly, after he had a shaky start. Lee, Avent, here's Cox Goodger. 10 metres inside the centre square. He can't kick it from there as good as his left boot is. It's up and under. Here's Tommy Bennett, couple of yards on Oscar Shaw. And Tom Bennett takes the mark, right on 50. Once again, too far out, looks to hit up. Someone on the lead, Couch there, Thomas in the goal square. He's going to have a look at him. Big Tommy Bennett, 50 metres out. 30 metres in from the boundary. He's going to break the 50. Kicks it long, going to hit the top of the square. Tarrant Thomas sets himself.
Oh!
Big Tarrant Thomas! Yes! Tarrant Thomas, I said he set himself, and there's his mark at the top of the square. And Tarrant Thomas, you're on the way to the Big Island, son.
Well, he's been threatening, hasn't he? He's
Absolutely
been
brilliant.
The Toga hanger.
7 or 8 marks for the day he's up to now, Dave Gruber. And he's taken an absolute hang.
That's what you want. Just
On the
one for the
chest.
highlight reel before you go to the AFL. You just use that, don't you? That's great.
Dave Moore seething because he wasn't calling it. Tarrant Thomas, top of the square, goes back, has a look, and kicks it truly. There's the sealer, I think, Hilsey. In fact, I'm certain it's the sealer.
It is.
It is a certain sealer. 7:15:57 North Lonnie. Lauderdale 4:9:33. Tarrant Thomas, party time.
Keep talking, boys. I'm watching the replay.
Oh, Dave
Settle
Moore.
down, Dave.
Dave Moore. Well, he started the game well, Tarrant, didn't he? And then went out of it a little bit, and he's been threatening, I think you said, Hilsey.
Yeah,
and he was deep there. He was deep, and he set himself. Hasn't played a real lot in the midfield today.
No.
Has played
definitely more
forward. Kicked a beauty in the third, now a beauty in the fourth. Tarrant Thomas.
Back in the middle. That could be the sealer. 4 goals even with about 14 minutes to play. They might want another one as Cox Goodger gets a high tackle. In the centre of the Utah Stadium, releases Bannister. Up forward, Bennett. Can't mark. Good mark at the back there. I think that might be Raglione who's taken it. Or one of the McGuinness boys. Help me out, boys. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's
Raglione.
Raglione. So I was right the first time. Franklin now with the ball. Oh, intercepted by Cox Goodger. He might get another medal either way he's going. Bustles through, breaks a tackle, tacking 50. Thomas again at the back. Can he grab it? He can't get the mark. It spills out of bounds.
Over his head. Just needed to just be a little bit softer kick to him.
Lauderdale, just disposal efficiency, just ratty kicking, just messy. Just haven't been able to finish off. It's been the story of their tape today.
Cox Goodger has a spell, replaced by Ponting. 7:15:57, plays 4:9:33. Boundary throw in, Pearce and Wiggins. Thomas almost picks it up, gets it back to Anderton. Anderton kicks along the boundary. Trying to find Smith up against Lee. Knocked away well by Lee. Out of bounds. And looks like it's another flag coming the way of North Launceston. That's 2 in a row, 4 out of the last 5. Is that right,
That's
Maggot?
it, 4 of the last 5.
Yeah.
Bradley Cox, Goodger, Taylor Whitford, Jackie Avent and Zach Burt will be 4-time premiership players. They're the only 4.
Wow.
Shows how they're regenerated as he's Ponting. Up here towards Pearce. He's happy to see it out of bounds. Right on attacking 50. Front of the scoreboard. 24 points the margin. Boundary throw in. Bit of a hush comes over the crowd. As Pearce knocks it down. Here's Whitford. Takes a bounce. Confidence from the boundary line. Whitford up here towards Tang. Also Egger. That's knocked through. Handy point as that puts it out beyond 4 goals. 7-16-58 to 4-9-33.
Yep, the tradition just rolls on, Mitch.
Yeah, it does. Can't
funny.
sound wrapped about it, but it is what it is.
Bradley Cox, Goodger, been brilliant, I think. He'd nearly have my votes at this stage.
Yep.
Over 4 quarters. This boy Ponting's been all right too. Oh, just because I picked him, but he's been all right. Yeah, he has been all right, Ponting. Don't worry about that. He's been real good.
The midfield in the second half, I mean, we talk about the other ones like Bannister has been much better in the second half. He's had a fair bit of it.
Tell you what, we haven't seen Mosquito Karanaya much, have we, in this last half?
Not in the second half, no.
MIA.
Comes out of the pack. Nick Baker. He's probably been in Lauderdale's best. Just fumbly with the footy at times.
He's fumbled a bit
Just
today.
needs to be clean. Especially if he wants to go to the big island. Over the top, Big Hayden. He's been in their best too, don't worry. Here's Mosquito. Over the top, looking for his brother from NT, Karanaya, but geez, the half-back line's been good. Jackie Avent again. Mark Walsh.
Yep.
Mark Walsh has been good too, I tell you. Forward and back. Walsh. Kicks long. Here's Ponting. Taps it on. Only as far as Stanley. Not a big goal haul today for the big Ed Stanley. Heat on in grand final. Smith.
Ooh.
Not a great handball from him either. Wiggins. Long and strong down the line. Looking for Boscott. Held in the possession there was Walsh. Umpire said play on. And out of bounds. Has Walsh had Boscott most of the time forward? Because if he has, his game's been real good.
Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah.
He's on Bryce Walsh there for a while
good.
too in that quarter.
Yep. Really good player, the former Lilydale Junior.
Boundary throw in on the far side. It's Lee against Smith. It's a poor boundary throw in, so it'll come back a second time. Not easy to throw the ball into that blustery wind. It's blown right across the wind.
It's tough for the young umpire over there, Macca. Nearly gone back over the line.
As he get on the weights, the youngster.
Yep.
Got the linguini arms.
7-16-58 to 4-9-33. A few Italian references today from Matthew McGee.
Raglioni.
As Maxie Walker's in Italy at the moment. As here it comes now with Mark Walsh to Ponting to Cox Goodger. Lots of possessions. 2 medals in a row I'm predicting. Over the top. Chance now for Egger. Handball sideways. Bennett, they're running now. Fitness coming to the fore for North Launceston. Tang can't quite take the mark. Well done, Raglioni. Anderton. Thomas gets a hand in. He spins out to Taron Thomas. Little kick to release. Not to advantage though. Bell Chambers gets it away.
Oh,
to McManus. To Franklin. Back to McManus. He takes a bounce through Utah Stadium.
Look at the goalkeepers
It's a good
back
shepherd. Here they are. Mark Walsh.
Have to go for height.
Mark Walsh will take this.
Jeepers.
Oh, it's all over.
Just
boys.
the goalkeepers. They had 3. They were the 3 deepest players in North Launceston.
He didn't see anyone and had to kick it in the air high enough, hoping someone could get there.
Jake Pearce to guess who? Cox Goodger on the wing.
Helps having a good last quarter too.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, he was good early too.
He was real good early.
No, I'm just
He
saying.
had plenty early.
As
You want to be good early and late.
Late.
kicks 40 towards McCulloch.
No one watches the middle stuff.
No.
Oh, towards Raglioni. Back to Oscar Shaw. Little kick to Bell Chambers. They're looking tired over there now as Franklin kicks up the wing. Here looking for Stanley. Walsh is there with Cox Goodger. Stanley's got to beat both of them, and he does. Releases the handball back to Bryce Walsh. Back to Stanley. Turnover. Cox Goodger again.
It's getting messy.
To Lee. Back to Cox Goodger. He goes towards half forward. Looking here for Ponting and pinpoints him beautifully. 2 kicks out from goal. 20 minutes gone. The Voice is holding up after 3 games, only just. Up down in the second Macca.
We've been here since 5:30 a.m.
That's it. In towards the take.
Oh,
Has he got another one?
sudden.
Oh, we needed something.
Oh,
Dave, I'll let you call that
it's
one.
party time. On the boundary line, Taron Thomas got the ride.
All of a sudden,
Oh, dear.
Dave's back.
Absolutely.
He was gone.
Dead, and now you're alive.
Oh,
Talk us through it.
what's that show on Channel 9 with the up-and-comers? Toomey, what's his name?
Yeah, Cal Toomey.
Toomey.
Up
There's
yours,
a couple
Cal
of
Toomey.
highlights. There it is. As here he comes.
Pop that cow to me.
Around the corner from Thomas. Left foot. And
Don't
he hits
worry
the
about
post.
it. Don't worry about it. It was more about the mark.
One behind. 7:17:59. In all seriousness, that was a couple of fantastic marks.
Well, we counted him up to 6. He's had at least 2 or 3 since
up to
then.
10
That's
marks.
9-10 marks.
Could- yeah,
That's
it's
fair effort by forward.
Solid, and he hasn't really had the greatest of games.
No,
all
he's
up.
just, it's the only kicks he had.
Kick out now from Lauderdale straight to Bo Sharman, who's been good. 26 points the margin. 21 minutes gone.
Go long to the tee again.
Yep, set him
Here he
up.
goes.
There we
He's got
go.
another
He's got a
chance.
set.
Up towards Thomas. He can't take the mark on this occasion. Over
Too
the back.
tired.
Tang takes it. Tackled. Falls. Kick for goal. Nearly a goal. I don't know who that was. I'll have to get the glasses up there. I think it
Pearce.
might have been Pearce over
Yeah.
there. It's behind anyway. 7:18:60. Has 25 scoring shots to 13. Lauderdale 4:9:33. Macca.
That's the tail of the
over to
tape,
you.
isn't it?
Yes.
Wiggins goes long down the middle. It's the only time they haven't gone to that other spot, Hilsey.
Yeah, because the game's done.
Cousins over the top punch. McManus taking in the tackle just inside centre square, right in line with the centre circle.
Lauderdale are packing up their stuff. They're chucking it on the bus.
Backing on the bus. Karanaya, he copped that knock and he hasn't been the same since. He's back on the bike. Taron Thomas just prowling in the forward line, waiting for another one. Baker's gone
Set
on
me
him.
up, boys.
Smith.
Cow
nice.
to me.
He's been good today, Big Hayden Smith. I'd give him a best vote for Lauderdale near. Over the top, Laubschius taking on, says see you later. Bo Sharman. He can go over the top, does so. Ben McGuinness. I'm interested they haven't thrown him forward today, Hilsey.
Yeah.
Ben McGuinness left foot. Bryce Walsh drops the mark. He should have taken.
Should have done better.
Goes to the coach, to the former coaching couch via the current coach in Whitford. Long and strong out the outer wing to Pearce. He's away, Jake Pearce. All he needs to do is to get it to set. Big Bambi falls at his feet. Big Bartholomew, he claims it. There was grass underneath. The umpire says, give it to me.
Jake Pearce would have won 3 or 4 flags as well.
Yes, no, there's plenty that have won 3.
Probably.
Bennett won 3. He missed one with the Achilles. Remember he did his Achilles in one of the finals.
Against the
Pearce
Storm, I
has
think.
done well to do that.
There's a ball up in the forward line for North Launceston. Out in, out towards Raglione. Kicks up towards Bryce Walsh, who's tried hard all day. Coming back from injury. He's got it on the half-back flank. Margin 27 points with probably 3 or 4 minutes to go.
Warney just on the boundary confirming Karanaya's calf is cooked.
As it's knocked away there by
Cooked calf.
Ryan Mansell from Stanley. And a bit of afters with Stanley and Ryan Mansell. And umpire says settle it down, boys. No free kick paid as Mansell's still on the deck.
Cooked calf.
Cooked calf.
Roast lamb.
As,
beef. Roast beef.
As
Be good
Mansell
for
gets to
Irish
his feet, he's a bit groggy. He does get the free kick, Ryan Mansell. He's
How
uh,
to rate his game, Macca?
Ryan.
Yes.
Oh, I love his competitiveness.
Yeah, hard. Again,
Very
was
hard.
Always hard, but what else?
Just not enough of the footy, but can he develop into a midfielder? Because he's got terrific pace. That's what he needs to do.
Simpson inside 50, contest. There's Bannister in front, or Lee, sorry, and it's fallen over the back. So the sting gone out of the game.
Yeah. Fitness, skill level, not good enough.
It was a real contest for half a game as Macca's going to go down the boundary with Warney and try and get some interviews.
See you, Macca.
We'll see you back in the box a bit later on. Thanks for your efforts today. Fantastic. We've got a shot on goal here. Not sure what happened. Might have been out of bounds on the full. Player shielding his eyes from the sun. Tommy Bennett. It is. Towards goal, Tom Bennett. That's close. Still in the goal square. Off hands. The 19th behind for North Launceston. 7:19:61. Plays 4:9:33. As I think it's Ryan Wiggins doing the kick out from full back. Talk us through this, Hilsey. Once you know you won the flag, these last few minutes must be good.
Oh, it's the best time, isn't it? Because you know you can't lose it.
Yep.
You can, like you mentioned, party time. Smiles, high fives.
Ponting spins out of the pack, gets tackled, penalised. No, pushing the back. Josh Ponting. So 2 goals to 1 last quarter.
Where's Taron? Set him up.
He's taken 2 of the biggest marks we've seen this year in the last quarter as Ponting to the pocket. Off hands to the boundary line. Seen over there by Jake Pearce.
No, in all seriousness, Dave, that especially when the siren does go, that first 10 minutes, you don't get many better feelings than that, I don't think. So
Yep.
they're probably getting a bit old for North, but it still would be very nice.
It's such a long season, as you start in November.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 months of a year. There's
Ooh, bit of a throw.
bit of a throw there from Tutai. You got it right, Hilsey. Be a free kick and scoring range.
It's a big commitment for these boys, you know, like they don't get paid a great deal of money, and for the level that you're required to play at, you know, training and commitment and travel, it's a big effort.
Well said. Jake Pearce made up his full 30 seconds. We're 26 minutes gone in the last quarter.
Could be one player on the move. Could be the last kick at TSL level.
Yeah, you never know. Just the winning feeling, though, Hilsey.
Yeah,
if you keep winning premierships,
and why leave?
play on grounds like this. There's Pearce off to the right. That's the 20th behind. 7:20,
7 goals, 20.
Yep, 4:9:33.
Peppered them.
That's 2-7 in this last quarter after they kicked 2-5 in the third quarter. Wiggins goes straight down the middle. Siren not far away here at UTAS Stadium. Sharman gets it to Walsh, inside 50 to McCulloch, who gets it his bootlaces, can't pick it up. Out now towards Bennett, to Couch, this way, that away. Couch to Cox Goodger. Cox Goodger gets round.
For the middle.
Reward for effort. He misses to the right. That would have put the icing on the cake. 7:21:63. North Launceston, Lauderdale 4:9:33. 27 minutes gone. It's been a pleasure to bring you the grand finals today on City Park Radio. As it comes out now to Nick Baker, who marks. Little kick towards Walsh. Not much sunshine left now on UTAS Stadium. Sideways to Bell Chambers.
There it is.
It's all over. It's 2 in a row for North Launceston. That's 4 in 5 years. They take out the 2018 Tasmanian State League Premiership. Congratulations, North Launceston.
See the Bombers fly up to win the premiership flag. Our boys who play this grand old game are always striving for glory and fame. See the Bombers fly up. We are the teams they don't fear. They all try their best, but they can't get near as the Bombers fly up. See the Bombers fly up to win the premiership flag. Our boys who play this grand old game are always striving for glory and fame. See the Bombers fly up. We are the teams they don't fear. They all try their best, but they can't get near as the Bombers fly up.
Okay, I think we've got the boys down on the boundary now. Here's Warney and Macca. Okay, no worries. We'll get it back in a minute. There, the boys are down on the boundary. So looks like they've got Brad Cox Goodger down there. So we'll get that as soon as we can. So Hilsey, a good effort there from both teams. It was a well played out grand final. Not too many unsavoury incidents.
Nope.
A couple of things in the book, but by and large, an interesting game of footy. Not a high scoring one, but a high pressure finals game of footy.
Oh, it was good. I think especially the first half, really competitive match. North, clearly the better team coming into the game and across the season, and deserved winners again. You'd be happy, Lauderdale's performance on the grand final much better than last year, and probably served themselves pretty well today.
Got him back online. Warney, down to you.
I'm just going to grab Taylor Whitford now, boys. Taylor, we spoke to you this time last year, mate. I think probably a couple of years before that. Premiership coach. Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it? That's all right, I'll take that. Tell us at three-quarter time, mate. This win was tricky, and Lauderdale had all the go down that end. What'd you say at three-quarter time?
There's nothing I really could say, mate. To be honest, it was through the actions, and you know, I could have said anything. I probably wouldn't remember what I said, so I had to go there and do a job. And how good were they? And
you youngsters, you know, even last quarter, Taryn Thomas stood up. Young Simpson, Tom Donnelly did a really good job down back. Sharon Egger.
Yeah, mate, the group that we've got just keeps building, and people want to play our footy club for a reason, not just because we win games of footy, but we're a great club to be around, and the credit to everyone involved.
Yeah, look, Taylor, we'll let you go and enjoy the festivities. 4-time premiership player and now premiership coach, mate. Congratulations. Well done. Thanks for joining us on City Park.